crowd, then ladies and gentlemen, look no further. Welcome to our broadcast booth this afternoon, powered by our friends at Main Street Coffee. Joining me for color commentary in today's game, the one and onlys, the legendaries, Coach Ray Palma, Peter Timmins. Welcome back, gentlemen.
Danny, great to be here. A lot of times, sometimes for these high school football games, we talk about crowds, and I got to be honest, sometimes we can be a bit facetious, Danny. Sometimes we tend to play it up a bit. Not here, not now. Monsignor Farrell has made the trip from the South Shore. They are dressed as Italians. St. Peter's is here. They're going with the Irish theme. They're dressed in green. Both sidelines fired up with the crowd, and I'm so happy to be here. Danny Peachy, how's it feel here?
I'll tell you what right now. Just looking out and just hearing the enthusiasm from both sides, it seems like a little competition. Who's going to be louder? But coming back after a long 3-4 weeks of not being here, I know St. Peter's has home games next 3 of the 4, but this one is very pivotal for both teams. Farrell 1-4, don't judge the record. They are a perennial team, and St. Peter's 4-1 coming off a tough loss last week, getting 3 touchdowns called back on penalties. I think today the word must be discipline, and that's what's going to create the difference of who wins and who loses.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, those are wise words from Peter Timmins as we welcome each and every one of you around the world, wherever you may be, supporting local sports this afternoon in Staten Island, New York City, the Forgotten Borough. We welcome you all to what is the Century Waste pre-game show. I had the opportunity to speak with both coaches before the start of this game as the players go out for the coin toss. Let's hear from Farrell's head coach, Rocco Del Priore.
All right, Danny Chanod, I'm here talking with head coach of the Monsignor Farrell Lions, Rocco Del Priore. Coach, hostile environment today on the road, familiar foe. What do you got to do to walk out of here with a dub?
We got to play Monsignor Farrell football, hard, focused, every snap, every play, next play mentality.
That's exactly what I want to hear. High intensity. Good luck to you, brother.
Let's go.
Nobody cares. Let's go.
Taking a brief moment now for our nation's national anthem.
Coach Del Priore, and all the members of the Farrell community for the tremendous support. Competitors on the field, families of faith everywhere else. Now at this time, ladies and gentlemen, we ask you to please remain standing and remove your caps as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem.
As you can tell, ladies and gentlemen, it is utter pandemonium as we welcome you back to the Main Street Coffee broadcast booth as we continue on with our pregame show powered by our friends at Century Waste Services going the extra yard here in the community. Let's hear from the St. Peter's Eagles head coach in Rob Sika as to his keys to victory.
All right, we're here talking with the head coach of the St. Peter's Eagles, Rob Sika. Coach, home territory today. The Lions roll in rivalry week. What do you got to do for the keys to the game to get this W?
A game like today is going to be an intense environment. We expect a big crowd. It's going to be loud. We really have to stay focused. Is our main thing is to stay focused. We want to execute on offense and try to shut down that tough running game that they're coming with.
Coach, I appreciate you each and every day. Good luck today, man.
Gentlemen, we talked earlier about that. Ray touched on it for a hot second. The 12th man from both schools here doing an Irish versus Italian team. Italian coming out of Farrell and the Irish boys from St. Peter's. This is a capacity crowd today. It's going to be standing room only and then shut down the gates for what is clearly the largest game, arguably in all of New York City this afternoon. Give me your final thoughts here before we get into our coin toss, boys. And Pete, I'll start with you.
Well, like I said, it's going to be discipline on both sides. I think for St. Peter's, they have to keep the more offense off the field. And for Farrell, they have to realize that 1-4 record means nothing, and they're going to come out and they're going to try to smash mouth the entire offense to St. Peter's defense, and I think it's going to be in a very aggressive, hard-fought game up front.
I just look at the whole thing. I grew up in this neighborhood. I attended St. Peter's for a year. I love Coach Rocco Del Priore, just one of the really, really good guys on this island. I was so happy to hear when he got the varsity gig, and then you go over there. I've known Mark DeCristoforo my whole life. Just a big fan of. But think about this: Mark DeCristoforo was the Monsignor Farrell defensive coordinator for many years. In that time, he coached not only Farrell head coach, Peter's co-coach Rob Sika, Farrell DB coach Rob Fina, Farrell special teams and linebackers coach Vin Minicello, and of course Rocco Del Priore himself. So the family atmosphere, the familiarity, there's just a lot of love on the sidelines. But once this game starts off, you're going to see two juggernauts going right after it. I can't wait to see it.
I can't wait to see how this unfolds either, as the two teams are done with the coin toss and will be out in a moment to receive and kick. Right now, ladies and gentlemen, it is going to be the Farrell Lions who take the field first. If you're unfamiliar with the Lions out of Oakwood, Staten Island, out here pumping up their home crowd on the road this afternoon, well, the Lions will be kicking off to start today's contest. They're wearing black pants. They have white uniform tops on. They've got maroon and gold, the classic maroon and gold coloring of their insignia up and down their uniform, as well as a maroon helmet with a gold lion on it.
Black pants are sharp, Danny.
Black pants are super sharp. They remind me of those Curtis Warrior black pants.
Oh, yeah.
Came out in '94. I'm going to go here to the St. Peter's Eagles to receive now. Two men back deep. They come out wearing yellow pants, white and blue stripes, blue tops with gold trim on the shoulders, and those one and only gold helmets on the island. We are underway. That ball's fielded at the 3-yard line by an Eagle receiver, making one cut and gaining a quick bevy of yards up the right sideline. He's going to be tackled at the 30-yard line. That's my man, Gabriel Muscolo, the junior, busy.
Interesting to see Muscolo, at least from where we've seen Ramos usually back on kickoffs. That's a change there with Muscolo deep. Danny, a few weeks back, Muscolo got a chance at running back and almost scored a touchdown on himself a few weeks back. So good to see him get an opportunity to get the football in his hands.
Great to see it. Reason to believe moment today. Well, St. Peter's is going to need a lot of believing as they have a better record, but are, believe it or not, the underdog. This moment in time brought to you by AV38, the Anthony Vivaro Believe Foundation. Doing amazing things in the community. Make sure if you're going to give to a charity, well, that's one heck of a one to look for. Aruda working out of a gun. 4 receivers bunched left. He's going to go right, one-on-one coverage. He's got a man, and it's just a bit overthrown. It'll be 2nd and 10. That was an odd formation, eh, Pete?
I'll tell you what, there went 4 wide receivers to the left over here. To the right, I like the one-on-one coverage. They went deep right away. That ball just a yard short of him catching that and maybe going to the yard.
Not sure he knew it was on the way. It looked like he could have extended a little bit more on that one. Might have gave up on the route just a little too soon. But nice to see the Eagles diversifying the offense early.
Yes, we expect the defensive line front and offensive line. Basically, the line front for the Lions is a bit more stronger than this Eagles front.
That's a massive understatement,
So
Coach.
we're looking for the Eagles to add that passing regimen in, and that's what they do on the first 2 plays of the game, as that's actually going to be Williams who picks up a good chunk. He's close to the line to gain, and it is, in fact, an Eagles first down.
I haven't seen Farrell this year. I had a chance to talk to Coach Rocco in depth. But the one thing, just eyeballing this, Danny, like you pointed out, I don't think the Eagles want this game between the tackles, whether it's with the run or the pass. Just early on, just in the Farrell size of their D-line compared to the Peters offensive line. Yeah, you see 4 left, no on the right, Danny.
Well, once again, we see that quad wide receiver set. Aruda out of a gun is going to run it towards his left side of receivers, and a shoestring tackle, and a beautiful one at that, is made by Rocco Del Giorno. The senior defensive back comes up to make a big play.
Speed in the backfield, rushing the passer, rushing the runner, I should say there. Farrell coming out early, aggressive, and we'll point again, their D-line looks to be at least a physical mismatch for the St. Peter's offensive line.
Well, this will be the first true test on offense today for the Eagles, a 2nd and 15 from their own 35-yard line. Aruda throwing a short pass right, completes it to Williams. Possible face mask, but no call. He keeps going, and now finally tackled at the 45. See some laundry coming
and
late.
There is a flag. Yeah, that ref threw that. The ref threw a flag about a good 20 yards. Very impressive on his own right there, Pete.
So I got to say, normally you guys say, well, he's away from the play. Maybe he didn't see it. My man could have eagle eyes if this is a face mask.
I'll tell you what, I do like the play call right there. If your receivers can put body on body and you can do short little plays like this and make sure your running back, your receivers, they see the hole, it becomes a one-on-one tackle play. And I do like the play calling right now of what St. Peter's is doing.
Well, there you go, sir. It is a personal foul against the Lions, a face mask penalty. That gentleman, I got to get his name because I've done so many games with him. I'm sure Bob knows that.
Bob will know. Bob knows everything.
Referee's name.
That's called the basic soft core. Very soft.
I know that, sir. Bob is unbelievable in the booth, our renowned clock ref.
All right,
well, we've got a great official crew here this afternoon. The Eagles officially move into Lion territory, a 1st and 10 at the Lion 40-yard line. Aruda out of a gun gives it to Williams running a gap. He picks up about 3 on the carry.
Most Peters games by now, after 4 or 5 outs for play, Danny would have called Williams' name up the gut a few times. Early on, St. Peter's showing diversity in the offense with its quad box look, even though these last 2 snaps are going a more traditional set.
Well, now we're seeing them do something that they need to do to give Aruda more time. It's a double tight end set with a slot receiver close to the line. Williams is absolutely mauled as he goes out to attempt to make the catch. Aruda, his quarterback, hauling him out to dry. Got to be careful there.
I'll tell you what, very dangerous play right there. If you watch that linebacker, he was a step away from going 6 the other way. But I started the game by saying discipline. Farrell right off the bat on the 5th play of the game can't get that face mask penalty, move him down into their territory. So, listen, St. Peter's got to keep running the ball, working the field, and, we'll see what happens.
Junior two-way starter comes into play on defense here in Kevin Gum, number 0. He is an impact player. We'll see him at running back in a few. Aruda hands it to Williams on an end around. Finds a seam around the outside tackle. He picks up about 5 on the play, and that should bring up a 4th and 3 situation.
Got to go for it here. Out of field goal range, would have to think. I've seen a lot, lately seen a lot more of number 22 for the Eagles. Mascolo, a good head down runner, can play a little fullback, a little running back. Wouldn't be surprised to see him on this short yard. They like to run the ball here, Dan.
Got to shout out the Gum family, as a matter of fact.
Major Coffee!
Shoved up there in the top portion of the bleachers. They're about the only family that has shade. I think they're actually sitting in tree branches. So it's a 4th and 3 for the Eagles. Bunch set left. Extra man on the line and a slot receiver. Extended tight end. Aruda under pressure. Throws it over the middle of the field. It's intercepted at the 24-yard line. Farrell gets the first takeaway of the game.
Well,
little extracurricular activity away from the play there, as it is, in fact, Gum. And it looked like Jeremiah Williams getting into a tussle after the completion of that play. And it could be a personal foul, possibly offsetting. We'll see what the call is.
Yeah, we'll see if they offset or not. If it's against Monsignor Farrell, the ball's going to go from around the 20 to about the 10.
Huge difference.
And that's the equivalent of a punt. I mean, almost as the defensive back there, you're better off just knocking the ball down as opposed to picking it off there, since you're not able to return it there, Peach.
Well, here's the problem again: discipline. All right, so yes, we'll consider that a punt. They get the ball at the 20-yard line. Now here we go back. You just gave them another 15 yards. So this is a discipline. Once again, where if you had him at the 20-yard line, you want to consider a punt. Now you're back to where the original spot of foul would have been, and here you are at the 36-yard line.
Well, here we are. It's actually a foul against Jeremiah Williams, the star running back of the Eagles. A personal foul cost the boys at a New Brighton 15 yards. So a massive takeaway on 4th and 3, throwing the ball over the middle like Eli Manning. Oh, no. Turns out to be disaster. 1st and 10 for the Lions. It's a high snap. Bumblewski. The Lions fall on it. Oh, baby, what a start for their offense.
Great penetration from the Eagles defense at first, and then the wide snap there. Walsh does a good job, though. No panic. Just run bats, gets on top of it, live to play another down. We'll set up 2nd and long for the Lions.
Willie Papaya on a day. It's Farmer Fred from
I'm
Waterboy.
well aware who that is.
Oh, yeah.
And Fumblerooski's Al Bundy and Little Giants. I know
That's
exactly
right.
where we are here, Daddy.
I'm on my A game today, boys.
tuned into
I
those.
slept for 2.5 hours last night. I feel good.
I was in Atlantic City 2 hours ago. We're here,
Yeah,
we're live
yeah.
and ready to go.
We're going to pull a Happy Gilmore and hire people in the parking lot for the second half. Out of a gun, quarterback under pressure, rolling around right, sets a pick around the referee. Now he decides to keep it, and he is ushered out of bounds after the 35-yard line. And we may have more laundry on the field that that's possibly a late hit.
It looked dicey. I don't see anything on the field. You see anything there, Peach? I don't see a flag.
No, listen, from here, it definitely looked like he might have been close to a late hit, but if they stay and contain, that goes from just a basic, tackle, 3-yard, 4-yard gain to now you're back to now 3rd and 10, 3rd and 14, but that was a nice pickup right there. If you stay contained, now you're still, 3rd and 25, but big play right here for them.
For both teams.
He should have been up further. It was actually a holding penalty that brought him back.
All right, so it's going to be, so the hole's going to keep it at 2nd down? I can't see it's 3rd down.
It's
so
third
3rd down for the Lions.
3rd and long here. It's a 3rd and 14. Pasqualoni with yellow shoes really threw me off on that play. Quarterback out of a play-action shotgun, launching the ball downfield. He's got a man, and over the outstretched arms of Pasqualoni. He just can't come down with the catch. Going to bring up 4th down, and that is a 3-and-out for the Lions on their first possession of the game. 7:40 to go here. Nothing's our score.
Beautiful throw downfield, just out of his reach. So the Eagles with the first possession moved the ball a little bit. The ultimate result is ultimately a punt-ish, and then get the Lions essentially go 3-and-out here. So defense is holding on early on here.
I haven't seen this punter kick, but the St. Pierre's receiver is about 50 yards back from where this punter is actually kicking.
This kid must have a boot. Let's see.
Oh, that ball is nearly blocked.
Yeah, that got
Instead,
there.
it's a fantastic kick that takes a Lions bounce, fielded at the 35-yard line. Not much to do there, but that's where the Eagles would take over on their own 37. 7:29 to go here in the first quarter of play. We're looking to see who gets first blood.
And then we're going to go to Main Street Coffee!
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. The ref's got somewhere to be, and I don't blame him. The gives to Williams. He's going to be corralled by everybody in a white and maroon jersey. A loss on the play. And it also looked like number 81, the defensive end and tight end playing both ways. Cole Savino was in there to make the tackle.
That's my guy, Cole Savino. I coach Cole Savino. Great kid from a great family, and great to see him play. I know he can certainly do it on the hardwood. Great to see him making plays on the gridiron as well.
Well, ironically, he just laid the wood on that play, and I thought lumber was at a premium nowadays. A 2nd and 13 here for the Eagles, and now a stoppage in play here as the referee asked the wide receiver to put that mouthpiece in his mouth. This ain't the NFL, son. We take safety first around here.
Look in front of us, Peachy and Dan. Farrell got a little tent there. They got like a big screen, and they can show the kids live, updates during the game and stuff.
Happening.
Very fancy.
They're showing them pictures of us saying, see them? Don't ever be like them. It's a 2nd and 13. Aruta's going to keep it, and he is walloped, takes a licking, but keeps on ticking. Picks up about 4 on the play. It's going to bring up a 3rd and 9 for the Eagles at their own 39-yard line.
Peachy, unofficially, game started. Eagles they would put 6 on the line, and they had quad receivers. They did that 4 plays in a row, gained about 10 yards of play. Haven't seen that formation since. I'm wondering why.
Yeah, I don't know why. It's something that works. You stick with it. I like to change what they're doing. I would like to see them spread the field out a little bit more once they did it like they did in the first 4 plays. I do like the time management. Keep the Farrell offense off. You want to bring this game quarter by quarter and see a very tight game being played.
It seems that they went from, hey, we passed on that first series, now let's try the run. Not so fast. Farrell's prepared for that run. Let's stick with what worked on your first drive. A 3rd and 9. Let's see how they respond. Williams going in motion in a 2 wide receiver set. Williams catches it, and he is rocked. One-on-one. A beautiful tackle made in the open field by guess who? Gum once again.
Kevin Gum, only a junior. Let me get his height and weight here. 5'11", 190. I'm going to take the over on both of those. My goodness, what a play in the backfield. And that's going to break out the punt team for the Eagles.
I'm not trying to bring up the fact that there is a connection to Main Street Coffee, but they have a cold brew on tap there. And after seeing him make that last play, and he's back to punt now, he might run his mouth under that faucet every morning and just be jacked up on it. It's a clean punt. He will pick it up. It's muffed.
Not the best choice by Gum picking that one up.
He ends up staying on top of it. No worries. Farrell's going to keep the ball here. They'll have it at their own 25-yard line. 4:45 to go here in the opening quarter of play. You know, we always got to give shout-outs whenever we have a moment in time, and why not give a shout-out to a brand-new sponsor in the Buy a Bar? 25 locations in the tri-state area. And gentlemen, throughout the duration of this game, I want to ask you to keep an eye on the talent on the field as I'll ask you to pick an MVP. The game MVP will get a $30 gift card to any Buy a Bar in the tri-state area.
Buy a Bar, I love the 3rd Avenue. The 3rd Avenue got the acai, a little granola, a little honey. I get some almond butter in there. Oh, I love it. Right down the block.
I get the. Tell you what, I love when Ray talks nutrition.
Yeah. Well, actually, Peach, I got to be honest. A lot of sugar. Not really the healthiest, but it is delish.
Cleans you right out, too. Back to the action on the field. It's a 1st and 10 for the Lions. They'll give it to a running back on a misdirection. He makes one-man miss and gets access on the right side, close to the first down marker, and it should be so. A 1st down for the Lions.
You know, Coach, on that punt, that might have hit the ball. Might have hit the foot of the receiving team.
They're not giving them the 1st down, ladies and gentlemen. They stopped him just shy, stepped out of bounds at 2nd and 2. Go ahead, Pete.
No, the ball might have hit the foot, and that's why the receiver might have had to try to pick that up.
Perhaps. Looked to me like it was a free ball. He could have left it alone. Either way, the cut. And the Eagles get into the backfield here and stuff it. It's going to set up a 3rd and about 2 here, Danny.
Well, you know, it worked so well on 1st down, Ray, that they figured, hey, we only need 2 yards. Let's go back to it. Although that time, Pete, they didn't do a misdirection. They said, let's slam the ball A-gap, and, you know, St. Peter's not fooled on it. So here we have a 3rd and 1 situation. Do we see play action or just ground and pound?
I just want them to be disciplined. Don't go off sides here. Don't do anything stupid. Big play right here for them.
3rd and inches, working out of a shotgun. Quarterback gives to the back on a misdirection. It is once again successful. They get it across the 45-yard line, close to the 45. It's a 1st down, but now there is more laundry on the field. After the play is over, I might add.
I hope you weren't talking to me, Danny. I was just watching the crowd for about a good 5 minutes.
You zoned out? That's all right.
They're just having a day over there, going the chance of going after one. Also, usually Martha Cristoforo is part of the Fun Police controlling the crowd during basketball games. He's busy right now. So the St. Peter's, I guess in football, will be the 12th man. The 12th man, pretty active at this afternoon here, Peach.
Yeah, this one looks like it's going against Farrell. I mean, I saw the St. Peter's crowd. I saw the coaches cheering. Yeah, I don't know what it was. It came a late flag, and it came in high. He threw it about 30 yards in the air. I don't know what it was, but it looks like it's going to be a personal foul, and that's going to hurt Farrell with the momentum. Discipline. This is now the 3rd personal foul in this game in the first quarter.
And more, it's not coaching, right? This is so far from coaching. This is simply a matter of, we know you play in a tough division and you go to some wild environments, but here in this local backyard, this is like the backyard brawl with Pittsburgh and West Virginia. I mean, a wild environment. I'm not expecting to see what these two teams are really made of until we get through the first quarter.
You know, it's funny you said West Virginia. I played at West Virginia 3 different times, and I played at many stadiums. West Virginia
is wild.
Going through there.
Well, enter Sandman before. I'm sorry, that's Virginia Tech.
Yeah, but no, West Virginia, they set couches on fire down there. It's illegal.
They're John Denver all day over there.
Unbelievable environment, and that's kind of like what we have here today in high school football Saturday, as they give us to the tailback, and he finds room on a misdirection around the tackle, gets across the 40, and now across midfield. Laundry on the field in the backfield, however. This comes back. This is going to be a lot for Farrell, as they have been plagued by their own mistakes here to start this first quarter. 3:37 to go here, nothing. Got to continue to give updates on the scoreboard. A little bit of technical difficulties today with Local Live. So no scoreboard on camera today. So, gents, if we haven't mentioned it in a while, make sure you just bring it up for all the folks at home. But right now it is nothing. 3:37 to go in the first quarter of play.
Get back to what you said, Danny. They say any given Sunday. Well, in high school football, and generally speaking, any given Saturday. And the Eagles are in a different division, the AA instead of the AAA like Farrell. It looks like Farrell might have maybe twice as many kids as Peters has, just from a roster standpoint. But practice and preparation, any given Sunday or any given Saturday, anything can happen. So far in this first quarter, these teams look evenly matched.
Back to the action on the field. It is a 1st and 20 for the Lions. Out of a shotgun snap. 2 receivers left, 1 right. They give us to the tailback Gum, and he is going to be swallowed up in the backfield. A beautiful open field tackle made that time by number 4, Benjamin Lopez, the senior linebacker, 5'8", 175.
I'll tell you what, that was a great open field tackle. He breaks, he gets outside that contain. He might go for a nice yardage right there, but Farrell's in a little bit of a predicament right here. They got a long way to go, and I don't know what their plan is.
It is now a 2nd and eternity. Play action, shotgun, quarterback rolling right, looking downfield, has a man overthrown. Could have been intercepted, as there was a free safety there, and James Joya in the vicinity just couldn't move up to make the play. 3rd and long coming up.
Walsh looking downfield, trying to find some plays. Defensive and offensive line doing offensive line, I should say, doing a great job holding the defensive line up front on that one. Just couldn't find anybody. It's going to be 3rd, and I can't do math. I was almost 20 yards here.
Well, I like to say an eternity.
Eternity sounds good to me.
You know, I think Farrell has to play it smart right here. You don't want to throw an interception, let them get the ball at the 35-yard line.
A little trick play, a little draw up the gut.
You know what? If I was St. Peter's, I would play it safe right here. Maybe bring 2 or 3.
Senior quarterback Walsh out of a gun. It's a play action, throwing it deep down the middle of the field, and pass interference call coming up against the Eagles, as it was Aiden Pedreros who lost his feet in contact. What'd you see there, boys?
Looks like 20 for the Eagles is Vincent D'Amato. Looks like he may have, whether it was pass interference or illegal contact, I'm not sure, but it looks like he interrupted the route way too soon. Aiden Pedreros. Okay, some of these kids, the heights, I think they're bigger. Pedreros, 6'6", 245. My goodness.
Now, is that his created player in Madden, or is that his real stats?
That's Peter Timmins, and that's a big dude. My goodness.
I'll tell you right now, man. If you're the defensive coordinators right now, you must be just biting your lip going, why?
Yeah, Rob Sika and Clubby Neer help run the defense over there with the Eagles.
Oh, my God. You have a 3rd and what we call an eternity. And although it was one-on-one coverage on a seam route going right down the middle of the field, no over-the-top help, I mean, boy, you hate to see a pass interference. And it's not like the refs are making an impact on the game.
It's not a first down, however. It's just the 15 yards, but not automatic.
Not an automatic.
Love when Bob's here. My God, he makes us look smart.
Yeah, so now we have a 3rd and 7 for the Lions.
Wow.
Walsh directing traffic out of the shotgun formation. Gum offset to his left, and we have Laundry on the field here.
He's pointing out 5 for the mouthpiece, Danny. You pointed that out earlier. I think the refs gave him a warning, and then he didn't follow it.
There we go.
Peter, you said mental mistakes, so number 5 for the Eagles here. Duke Davis. I mean, you got to wear your mouthpiece, kid. My goodness.
He's a seasoned player that knows better than that. But, I mean, that's why we pick up on these things early in the game instead of saying, hey, what was that penalty? Safety first.
Yeah, you want your teeth, kid.
I don't see much offense. I think this whole game in this first quarter is just penalties that are moving the ball back and forth.
If you watch the restream on YouTube, just tune in at the second quarter. You'd be happy. Well, ladies and gentlemen, a bit of a bunch set. 2 wide receivers right. Gumma in the backfield. They bring in a fullback, shaded as a tight end. They're going to give it to Gum running around that side. He picks up the needed measure for a first down.
Well, that's one way to complete an eternity. My goodness. I did not know that. So apparently in high school football, pass interference is not an automatic first down.
Well, normally it is, but I guess because it was an eternity, the penalty didn't cover the yards.
Well, it should still be an automatic regardless.
Well, you know what? There's so many things that we think it's
We're
not.
going to talk to Bob at halftime and get a breakdown of these rules.
It's just not the NFL is what we're saying.
That's for sure.
Walsh out of a gun. High snap. He corrals it now, but has to keep it and run it, and he is going to be sacked for a loss on the play.
I'll tell you what, that was a face mask. I saw the ref going for the flag. I mean, I could see it here. It looked like a clear face mask to me. But they did something different there. They went right to a ball snap to the quarterback to try to run it, and it didn't work out.
No flag, though, Pete. So Timmins has a face mask, not called on the field. And that's going to go second and very short for the Lions.
Maybe the ref was just tired of throwing flags.
If you think Danny's talking with a pretzel in his mouth, because he is, folks. He is talented.
Bubbled
snap. And he held on to that thing. Big hit there by 95, Chris Padon, and 26 for the Eagles. That's Gregory Martinez. So held him there on second down. It's going to be third and short again. Shout out Badon's. It looks like Badon's old man's over there doing the holding the
sticks.
Holding the sticks. Shout Bob. Rest in peace, my man Bobby Neer. Rest in peace, Bobby Neer.
The OG.
The OG of holding the sticks. He was the pro.
I mean,
there's a photograph running around.
Years at Curtis, right?
Danny Chanod. There's a photograph of him running around with 2 headsets on, neither one plugged in. It's incredible. Anyway, shout out Joe Neer in the crowd. I see him.
Walsh out of a gun, 2 receivers right, 1 left. They bring in a new back for protection. That ball is caught!
Oh, my God.
1-on-1 over the middle of the field. What a catch made. Aiden Padreros.
Okay, so I guess the Lions, when in doubt, just throw it downfield to the biggest person in the facility right now, the 6'6" Padreros. He is an absolute weapon. Oh, my goodness.
Walsh is like, you know what, man? Screw it. Padreros down there somewhere.
There's a reason he's the only player in the field already committed to a Division I university, a Fordham commit.
First and 10 for the Lions. Peters now taking their defense and going into a press towards the line of scrimmage. Got to be careful not to get burnt over the top. They guess right as they give us to a tailback. That's number 21, a new back into the game, and Nafis Muhammad. Nafis, of course, a transfer, I believe.
You know,
I believe he's out of Tottenville High School and transferred to Farrell High School.
You know, for both you guys, the quarterback and center better get on the same page here because
snaps have been an adventure.
Everyone is an adventure, I must say.
It's a 2nd and 8 here for the Lions. 2 receivers right. They give Aguinas to the tailback, and he is going to be swallowed up in the backfield. Benjamin Lopez leading the charge.
So it seems like a lot of Eagles individually, 26 has had a game here. Is it A-Jose Martinez? A-Jose? I'm just going to say Martinez. Pardon me, the A-Jose part. Either way, Martinez has made plays on the run. We got the end of the first quarter here, Danny Chanod. 0-0. What has been a great one. All I know for sure is once this is over, everyone should go to Main Street Coffee. We'll be right back for the second quarter.
Second quarter of action is brought to you by our friends at Windows We Are 9110 5th Avenue, Brooklyn. And we're talking 8th wonder of the modern world. Why? Well, they got free parking in Brooklyn. Hey, you don't believe them? They'll even pay for your toll to get over there. Family owned and operated. A big shout out to the entire team over there. Custom windows, installation tech. They'll even come to your house and replace the screen door. It ain't always about the big jobs. It's about the community jobs. And without windows, we're not here today. Welcome back to the broadcast booth, ladies and gentlemen. Danny Chanod, Ray Palma, Peter Timmins on the call. It's a nothing ball game. We were just talking about West Virginia, and here we are, PT Babe. They are playing that hometown country song.
I'll tell you what, it's a staple for decades upon decades, and it will be on before we're gone. It is something that every child, teenager, adult, they can all sing it together because it's a simple verse. But going back to what we said before, if St. Peter's keeps this game close with time management, they're going to stay in this game the entire game.
And you got to stop shooting himself in the foot here.
They
The
need
second
no-
quarter comes to a start.
They need no penalties on this play right now as we have a 3rd and long for the Lions. It is a 3rd and 9 from the Eagles' 32-yard line. It is a play action. Walsh rolling out of the pocket, throws off his back foot. He connects it to a man who cannot complete the play.
What's the call going to be?
That should be an incomplete pass.
Well, we got a flag on the play again, boys.
Do we have a flag?
Yes, upside the field.
Number 10 was such another fantastic play by Pedreros. And then Brody Turnbull got his hand and knocked it. I guess he never completed the catch, so it wouldn't be a fumble. But my goodness.
Potrero was trying to make a one-handed catch through traffic. People crawling all over him the entire time, and he nearly came down with it. Away from the play, however, we do have Laundry on the field.
Boo to Laundry.
There might be an ineligible receiver down the field. If I'm looking at it correctly,
He was rolling around for a bit there, so linemen have a chance to tend to drift downfield in those opportunities.
yeah, once you have on a pass play, you cross that 1-2 yard threshold as a pass protector and then a run protector, you become ineligible. And I think
Peachy nailed it. Yeah, the referee did the top of the head tap, which usually means an elbows downfield. So that's going to, I imagine they'll decline the penalty, though, correct? I mean, the Eagles are fine here. The Eagles would take 4th and 9 over 3rd and 13.
Much deliberation taking place right now on the field, gentlemen. So it looks we're going to have an explanation. Not to interrupt you, Pete. The referees on the far sideline. So the local live producer of the Ark and Zoom in are giving head coach Rob Sika of the Eagles an explanation.
Well, just to get in the choice, Dan, is saying, do you want to keep it where it becomes 4th and 9 or take a 5-yard penalty and make it 3rd and 14? I would think you go 4th and 9 any day of the week, but what do I know?
I would maybe push him back and say that this isn't field goal territory for him.
I don't know. They're going to kick a 47-yard. They're going to take the penalty. So, again, what does Ray Palmer know? Or perhaps it's more than a 5-yard penalty.
Again, I've been, a lot of the college football, NCAA, when I get a chance, pop a game in.
And how often do those kickers miss? And not only miss, some of those college kickers miss by about 40 yards sometimes.
Sometimes you're like, wow, that kid's unbelievable.
Like,
Then you're like,
you're on
they found
scholarship?
him in the parking lot, 100%.
And how often do you see these big-time schools have, like, kicker trials? Look at the size of Pedreros compared to everybody else.
Well, it's a bit of a thunder and lightning package here for the Lions as they have number 21, Nafis Muhammad, the smaller, more shifty back in the game right now, giving Gum, the two-way player, a break at running back who's really more of a power runner, runs with so much pain and anger in his eyes like the water boy. It's a 3rd and 14 for the Lions. Walsh throws right high above the intended receiver's hands. No way in heck he's going to be able to catch that unless he's sitting on a trampoline.
So the Lions at first sent the punt team in, called them back. It looks like the Lions, well, not sure who the punter is, but it looked like they were going to send a group, and then they called them back. I can't imagine they're going to go for it on 4th and 14.
you got to punt this away.
They are not punting, ladies and gentlemen.
Not appear to be punting.
Unless
I like the John Madden
we don't know very much about the Lions. We haven't seen them play in person. I don't know if Walsh is also capable of punting, but it is 2 receivers right, 1 left in single coverage. Walsh out of a gun. He will, in fact, punt it.
Chanod called it.
And it is a beautiful kick with a lot of English that kind of spins around and now finally comes to a stop somewhere around the 15-yard line.
Bunch of penalties, some mistakes, but the Eagles survive the drive and will get possession and head the other way, and we're going to get ourselves a nice big sip of some Main Street coffee!
Nothing. 11:29 to go in the second quarter. Live from New Brighton. Let's go, baby. Welcome back. Eagles getting the ball this moment in time, brought to you by our friends at Qualitech Computers, the official technology provider of the Nobody Cares Sports Network. Like and subscribe, support local. Shout out to everybody over there as we have a massive loss on this play to start. The Eagles.
Aruda tackled by everyone that plays for Monsignor Farrell.
It was wild.
A few years ago, Dan Chanod called me and asked me a computer question. He said, Ray, do you know how to? And I don't even know what the words were. And I said, Dan, you've got to be kidding me.
Got to be kidding me.
Later on that day, he said, Ray, I got in touch with these guys from Qualitech Computers, and not only did they help us, but they're going to become official sponsors. So just like that, Qualitech Computers, one of the good people in the community, doing big things, certainly helped Nobody Cares Sport out big time, and they're just not to mention the best in computer service industry.
You get that blue screen of death, you make sure you give them a call. You got a business. Believe that. It's a 2nd and 12 for the Eagles. Aruda working out of a gun, sending Williams in motion. He drops back to pass, has a man one-on-one coverage. Nobody over the top. Oh, nearly caught near midfield. It was Salyu Diocati who just couldn't come down with the catch. Right there, though, boys. They had it.
Danny Chanod, the best in the business, but none than pronouncing that young man's last name. And, yeah, Farrell just a little long on one deep shot. That's the second deep shot just outside of Salu's range here at Peachy Timmins.
I'll tell you what, 9 out of 10 times he catches that. I wish he can have that play back because that was 6.
That was a home run in football, ladies and gentlemen. Instead, second first, same as the first. It is a 3rd and 12. Once again, we're back to that 4 wide receiver bunch left. No receivers right. And we've got a tight end for extra protection. They throw to the receivers bunch left. Nobody home. It's going to bring up a 4th and long, and the Eagles will be forced to play this game of field position. Chess even. 10:23 to go here in the second quarter of play, and they'll look to punt.
Well, this is going to be big for Aruda, who also serves as the punter. I do love the formation, though, Peach. It gives you 6 down linemen. It gives you the tight end, 5 offensive linemen to block, and you got your 4 guys spread out. It takes the Lion defensive line and their strength somewhat away by bouncing the ball outside.
Yeah, boys, right now they still have a 3rd down, and I think there was a miscommunication on the routes there. I don't know if the refs are discussing is it 4th down. I think we called it as 4th. They have it as 3rd.
Well, I mean, they ran 3 plays. It has to be 3rd down, 4th down.
No, we do this all the time. We're right, trust me. I'm not calling. I don't call it the other way until.
Well, the yards markers has 3, and there was a flag we missed. I don't know what's going on here. This happens far too often.
Well, Farrell can't believe it. You know, their defensive,
I don't know.
Their defensive lineman here in J.P. DeLiso.
What was it called there, Bob?
I mean, number 42.
Oh,
He's just like, what's going on
Bob's
here,
letting me know right now it was called roughing the passer. And
roughing the
passer.
passer.
The flag is still down in the end zone, mixed in with the yellow.
Somebody's got to pick that up. It's dangerous. A high snap. Aruda is going to be, he gets out of a sack. Rolling right. Everybody and their mama chasing him. Big block. And now he is walloped. And I mean absolutely creamed at the 25-yard line. Oh, mama. Teo Sulo's coming in to make the tackle.
Flag on that. I'm going to imagine that might be on the hit there. My goodness.
That can't be on the hit. That was like the most beautiful thing I've ever seen.
Just the flag came out around the same time.
No, the flag is at the 15. That might have been a holding.
Yeah, from behind. Oh, God, goodness gracious.
Yeah, it might be the holding on him rolling out to the right.
Oh,
Aruda, an incredible job to survive. And then the run, and then he just got his clock clean. My goodness.
He might have to come out for a concussion protocol here right here now.
Well, they're checking him, right?
I wanted to say another different term for how he got hit, Danny, but I got in trouble for that once. So I won't use that term, but it did happen to him.
Got his bell rung?
It wasn't quite that term.
Well, that's a good one.
Way, but bell rung's nice, yeah. So interesting to see what they're going to do here. You know, I would imagine Ryan Vallely, Ryan Vallely is the backup quarterback.
Can I just say this? If I got hit like that on the football field, I would be laying on the floor crying, telling my mom to start the car.
There's an ambulance over there I can see, or some flashing lights. They'd have to come get me off like in the old school John Madden football, where they run the ambulance right onto the field.
That was the best.
Yeah,
and the guy seemed like he was dead, by the way, when they took Bo Jackson off the field.
Yeah.
Madden 93.
We have the doctor coming over here. It looks like he's checking him. I wouldn't be surprised if they have to take him out and just make sure for protocol purposes. But I do see the doctor over there talking to him. And I guess there's certain questions you ask. You do the eye check.
Yes, I'm trained in that. There's a protocol you have to go through. It's a series of questions, a procedure. You ask the kid to do some things. And, you know, hopefully he passes the concussion protocol because his long-term health ultimately more important than anything else.
Let me ask you, gentlemen, if Arruda is in fact a bit banged up from that play, is there another quarterback on this squad that can step up and fill those shoes?
Well, Ryan Vallely is the backup quarterback. Saw him some in the preseason. Nowhere near the runner of Arruda, but more of a natural pocket passer. So perhaps with this quad, now running the football is going to be a severe loss for the Eagles because Arruda is just a magician with his legs. Throwing the football with this quad look, perhaps, maybe certainly can keep the offense flowing, that is for sure. But a lot of pressure on Vallely here, 6-foot senior, if in fact he is the one to come in for Arruda.
Well, he's in right now, baby. It's showtime. 10:08 to go here in the first half. 0-0 is our score. Marco Arruda, if you're just tuning in, took a massive hit on a run down the right sidelines. There was a holding penalty against the Eagles, so it was all for naught, unfortunately. He does seem a bit chipper out there, rolling up and down that sideline of the Eagles, so he seems as though he's trying his best to check back in. We may see this young man here at backup quarterback for simply one play, and what a play it will be. Second, and it looks to be 30. The ball placed at their own 7-yard line.
Dangerous.
Tough debut for Vallely here. Let's see how he does. Preston gets his own end zone. Williams in motion on the give. Look to bounce it back middle. Finds a little lane there.
I mean, first off, what a cutback. Second of all, my man just waiting for him, Rocco Del Giorno. Shoulder to shoulder, a beautiful hit. You'd love to see that from your linebacking crew, Pete.
Danny Marco Arruda is headed back into the football game, so he is as tough as a $2 steak.
In the words of 50 Cent, I'm a warrior. Welcome back, Marco. We missed you. 10:08 to go here in the first half. Third and an eternity. The ball now at the Eagles' 12-yard line. They've got 10 men at the line of scrimmage. One receiver left. Williams in motion. Arruda out of a gun, under pressure, steps up in the pocket. Now he's going to decide to keep it. At the 20, he holds on to the football, but he is well short of the line to gain. And the Eagles, no doubt, will be forced to punt the ball here. 9:49 to go here in the first half of play.
Arruda looks to, for the Eagles to move the ball offensively, the outside is the way. But so far the Eagles, especially their secondary, have done a really good job of covering up the outside and making tackles.
Gentlemen, we got to give a massive shout-out to the folks here on Alumni Hill to our right. They are packing around the Farrell sidelines here. And that gate is being managed by our friends, Mrs. Turnbull and Mr. Latito. They're holding down the alumni entrance.
Wow.
As that punt was a glorious one, going all the way down to the Farrell 20-yard line. That is got to be like a 65-yard kick.
It landed about the 48, rolled it on the 28. I tell you one thing, it's 48 and 28. Man, that made no sense. Main Street Coffee!
Send oxygen. We're hurting already. You're supporting local sports on the internet machine. I'm telling you right now, nobody cares, ladies and gentlemen. Starting to sweat again, boys. Why not give a shout-out to our friend
Jack? Must be a day that ends in Y at Danny Chanod is sweating.
Yeah, shout-out to our friend Jack Carlson at Comfort
Jack.
Solutions, air conditioning specialist. Why not come here right now and install some AC, possibly some heat for when it gets cold? You know we're going to need it, and no matter what the scenario or the setting or the atmosphere, I'll be sweating anyway. But if you're uncomfortable in your home or business, reach out to our friend Jack or John Carlson, however you may like to call him, a proud supporter of the Nobody Cares Sports Network.
Jack, our local Benjamin Button. I've known Jack a long time. We go back to Blitz Sacrament in the 80s, and he looks to be the exact same height, maybe put a little more muscle, but somehow looks younger than when we were growing up.
Jack's number, of course, 917-560-6195. Welcome back to the broadcast, ladies and gentlemen. Surprise, surprise, it's upset city so far this weekend, as it was the Moore Mavs who lost to St. Joseph by the Sea in Friday Night Lights. in Huguenot, Staten Island last night. And right now we're witnessing a tight ball game that's led mostly by a bevy of penalties for both teams. Nobody really quite finding a groove. Danny Chanod on the call along with Ray Palma, Peter Timmins. I see my team. Scott Windows, we are tuned in on Alumni Hill watching the game. Appreciate everybody out there.
They'll pay your toll, guys. They'll pay your toll.
They sure will.
And you know what it's like if you have your window. I know we did a sponsor read already. Let's get a little extra today, Danny. If you get your windows repaired in your house, electric bill goes down, heat bill goes down. The extra installation from new windows, it just saves you money in the long run. And they're the best in the industry, and it's not just because they're sponsors.
No, not at all. You can't pay me enough to say nice things like that. It is going to be a 1st and 10 for the Lions. Looking for our first points for the ball game for either team. The give is going to be to Nafis Muhammad, and he is drilled in the backfield. My man says, I want some mo. Crawling around back there. You already know. Brody Turnbull, the senior, getting busy right on cue.
He's just, you're not allowed to have favorites, but kids I've seen play high school football, I haven't enjoyed watching a kid play football these last few years more than number 27 for St. Peter's, Brody Turnbull. Just all over the field, makes plays in the secondary, makes plays in the backfield, all energy, all effort, all the time.
Whew. That is a loss on the play. 2nd and 12 for the Lions. It was the Eagles that we figured might have a hard time running the football. So far, it's both teams. Hog Molly's not controlling that line of scrimmage. Now Feast decides, let's take it outside and try our luck. Instead, everybody in gold and blue there to get the job done. That's going to bring up a 3rd down after a short gain on the play. It'll be 3rd and 7 for the Lions.
Now, I don't know much, but you need to have your defense covering Pedreros. Right? Don't let him be off the line of scrimmage. Don't give him a free run. He's lined up in the backfield here on this one. See what they're going to do.
That's a stream right down the seam.
Slot receiver goes a little uncovered. Big cushion here.
All shot of it gone. He gives it to Muhammad. One cut. Now goes left side of the tackle. Picks up only about 3 on the play. It'll be 4th and 3 about for the Lions, and it's decision time.
Seems like the Lions only look to go to Pedreros in desperate situations. I mean, are
we going for it?
They're going to go for it. 4th and short inside their own 30.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got drama. Will the Cadence draw them off sides, or will they actually call a play? They've got one side out. They decide now to kick it with their quarterback, Walsh, and he gets a beautiful Lions roll. That ball's going to be downed at the 31-yard line. That's where the Eagles will take over. 7:07 left to play here in the first half. We are looking for our first score. 0-0. Ladies and gentlemen, Danny Chanod, Ray Palma, Peter Timmins. Tell them what they're watching, Ray.
Maine! Oh, they're watching high school football sponsored by Main Street Coffee!
I got you that time.
Not.
I know it's an Irish versus Italian theme here this afternoon, but you think these kids are going to be swag surfing? I know AB Entertainment is here on the 1s and 2s doing a tremendous job keeping this party moving. Not just a game, a full-blown party here today.
I love parties. The quad looks back. Aruda's in the shotgun.
4 wide receivers right. Aruda looking that way, throwing it deep, right sideline, intercepted! Is the ball taken back?
I think
a battle for the ball. Let's see who comes up with it. That's a live ball, ladies and gentlemen. They're still scrumming. Helmets have come off. Madness ensues. The Eagles saying they have it. What is the call? Pushing and shoving. The Lions come out of the scrum with the ball. That is a turnover. Oh, baby.
Look at that referee. The referee really giving the business to Monsignor Farrell, number 7. Shout out Gerard Sheenan, the old man anyway. Referee really upset with Sheenan.
Teo Shulos, his 2nd interception of this game.
Pardon me, Danny. I stepped on your call a little bit there like I was a guy watching in the crowd. I forgot I was a professional here. My goodness.
No, it's okay, Ray, as the Farrell faithful and everybody on the field celebrating now. And after all that, we have a flag on the celebration for Farrell. So they get a takeaway. But before they can get into action, they're going to be back 15 yards.
I don't know about that. That might be the coaches coming after the refs there. That was very late. The celebration was over here. I don't know if maybe one of the St. Peter's coaches might have said something. They were on the field too. This can go either way. I see the St. Peter's coaches still on the field, still arguing.
Coach Del Piero's pulled his entire squad over. I saw him take a nice big deep breath before he addressed the troops here, trying to reel things in. It's been sloppy. There's been penalties. He's trying to reel everything in right here.
All right, gents, we have unsportsmanlike conduct on both teams after the takeaway, where Sulos went up for the interception and went into a one-on-one UFC, whoever comes up with the ball gets to live type situation. Sulos comes out of the bear cage with the ball, flags galore, and it turns out not offsetting.
So
it's just against
not
Farrell
on both
here.
Teams, yeah, it's not offsetting, and then
so they went wild, as I predicted, after coming up with the ball as they should. That was one of the craziest defensive interceptions I've seen in my life.
I thought at the end that Weinberg. I thought Weinberg had the ball, but oof. Well, Peach been at the bottom of those piles. It must get ugly down there.
Now, listen, it gets very ugly, and it's a fight to the finish. And once again, it looks like Farrell shot themselves in the foot with discipline again.
Peach called it before the game in his Tony Romo moment. Discipline has not shown its head so far this afternoon.
1st and 10. It's a play action to Muhammad. They got a man wide open down the right sideline. Nobody home. 30, 20, 15, knocked out of bounds just outside the 10. 1st and 10 Lions. What a play.
And that is the freshman, Braxton Moy, 6'2", 200. Last week had 7 catches for 100 yards and a touchdown. Busted coverage by the Eagles at a big play for the Lions. Danny is pointing, and I don't know
Shocker
where.
flag again.
Oh, no. The Lions don't need that. Quite frankly, this game doesn't need that.
I'll tell you what, it was a tremendous play call. Everybody was fooled there with the misdirection. The quarterback did a tremendous job faking the run there. And
freshman Braxton Moy, wide open, like everybody forgot about the freshman. Makes the play on the open field.
Peach, he's a Morris Knight. No, Braxton?
Yes.
Am I getting that right? Yeah, okay.
They're both. They're twins. They were at I-61 with us at middle school level. But they're men among men of being freshmen. So if you stood next to both of them, both tremendous athletes. I know they do a lot of travel football. I know they won the national championship down in Florida. I know they're both tremendous basketball and football players. And Farrell, if they can hold on to these two and build off them, then they might have a very good 3 years left with them.
I forgot to write it down, but Farrell has, I believe, 4. I could be wrong, 4 to 5, at least 3 freshmen on the varsity. So just that alone, big building blocks for the future. Coach Del Piero getting them started young.
6:40 to go here in the second quarter of play. 2 wide receivers set, shotgun and a pistol formation. The give. Yes to the tailback, running right side. That's a new man in, and Will Andrade. He picks up a few yards on the play. Not enough to really get busy. In fact, it's no gain on the play. 2nd and 10 coming up for the Lions.
That was Benjamin Lopez tracking him down, Bobby Boucher style.
Do what Captain Insano would do on the TV. This time we got a new man back there. Not sure if that was Gum getting the carry. No, it was once again Andrade. And coming up to make the play, absolutely using the hit stick, was Nick Neer, the junior linebacker, 5'9", 190.
We shouted out his grandpa a little while ago on the sticks. Nicky Neer making his own imprint on the field, just like his old man, his Uncle Joe. Rocking the 13 represent for his Uncle Joey Neer on the field and making big plays defensively.
Hard-nosed kid. Hard-nosed kid.
So we've got extra blockers in the backfield here for the Lions with good reason to give us to Nafis Muhammad, and he is drilled by 3 Eagle defenders. 4th down upcoming for the Lions, and this Eagle faithful can smell it. Another turnover. Will they be getting the ball back?
Well, if they quick snap him here, they could get a too many men in the field. But Don not off the field yet.
Get them off the field. You got to go. Good timeout called right there.
Yeah, you got timeouts in the pocket. Don't know who called it, whether it was Coach Seeker or Neer, whoever else. But a good call. You do not need a 5-yard penalty there.
Gentlemen, we have a timeout on the field. 5:05 to go here in the second quarter of play. Why not? Here's some words from a proud sponsor.
Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Chef Joe from Jay's on the Bay, located at 1189 Bay Street and Highland Boulevard in the heart of the North Shore. This year, we celebrate 10 years of community service and customer satisfaction. We offer fine dining, a custom menu that changes with the seasons, and specialty cocktails. Let our team of professionals cater your next party or school event. Jay's on the Bay, a certified DOE vendor, Rosebank staple, proud supporter of local sports. Nobody cares.
Well, I care about Jay's on the Bay. I had myself 2 days off. Woke up, didn't have to go to work yesterday. God bless Rosh Hashanah. God bless. All love to Rosh Hashanah, right? Jay's on the Bay. Danny, 4 o'clock, so not quite lunch, not quite dinner. Danny, drunken dumplings pasta. Drunken dumplings pasta. I remember there was some vodka sauce, there was some peas, it was a little gnocchi, there was some smoked mozzarella. I can't remember everything that was in it, but my God, it blew my brains away. Jay's on the Bay all day.
Blow your brain even more. He's a certified DOE vendor. You can get that at work. A low snap, not bobbled. Farrell gets the kick off. It's fielded at the 40-yard line, making a quick move, stiff-arming, and not really getting much further as we've got a flag that comes onto the field. That ball was fielded by James Joya. Now, here's what I'm going to say. He went to use a stiff arm. I wonder if he's going to pick up that flag because if he got face mask on it, Pete, will they still call that?
No, actually, the ball, it's right in front of us. He threw the flag at the 49. Then he actually picked it up, and he took it back to the 45. So it must have been a holding on the receiving team. But, right, real quick, it's amazing that you said I don't know all the ingredients. You listed 6 of them. So I don't know what you missed.
Well, now I just pulled
it
up online. It's ricotta gnocchi, vodka sauce, sweet green pea, smoked speck, which, smoked mozzarella, and toasted, I can't see the rest, and toasted panko breadcrumbs. Oh, my goodness.
It's honestly too good for my palate.
It was one of the best dishes I've ever had, and it was an unplanned trip, and I wish I was there right now. Actually, not right now, because how great this game is, but I wish I was there right after this game's over.
Jay's on the Bay, proud supporter. Look him up. Nobody cares. Back to the action. 4 wide receivers bunched right. Aruda with extra blockers is going to keep the ball, looking for a first down. Dodging tackler stretches it towards the line, and he might come up just a bit shy, but that's all right because that was first down. It brings up a second and less than a yard.
After getting your bell rung, will you be gun shy about running the football? Aruda answering that question by going right up the gut and the teeth of that the Farrell defensive line.
Boys, if you're smart right here by St. Peter's, you want to work this clock. You want to take it into any point you can get, but you don't want to give Farrell the ball back right now.
4:18. Oh, sorry, Pete.
No, be smart with the clock right here. Run it.
4:18 to go in the first half. Aruda is, in fact, going to run it again. Moves past into the second level. Another beautiful cut. Loses the ball. Gets it back. Crosses into Lions territory. Oh, baby, are they lucky. 1st and 10 Eagles, and no laundry on the field.
It's like every snap has something extra, whether it's a bad snap or a fumble or a toss or a flag or something. My goodness. Aruda keeping it adventurous, but at the end of the day, it's a good 15, 20-yard run, and the Eagles are in Lion territory.
That was wild.
You have to understand the concentration right there, and I've been in scenarios, even on interceptions I've had, but to throw the ball or flip it back or get it knocked up and then keep running and getting yardage, knowing that someone's coming after you, that was an athletic play that you won't see in high school level often.
My man's coming off a questionable concussion, and he's straight balling. He gonna keep it again. Changing direction now, and he cannot escape as that ball goes out loose. Going the other way. The Lions have it. What an unbelievable play. Joseph Giovanelli takes the ball away from Aruda. 1st and 10 Lions. 3:27 to go in the first half.
You give Aruda all the credit in the world in the previous play for holding on to it. Farrell Lion coaching staff looks very upset right now. Was there a penalty? The referees are huddled up.
It looks that way, Ray. What do you think, Pete?
I'm thinking it might be a face mask call at the spot of the foul right there. I don't know if it was Aruda going down with the face mask call there or when he tried to strip the ball and then the offense might have face masked, but it looks like...
So, Pete, what's interesting is if he was held by his face mask before the ball was ripped out.
Oh, no, that's face mask on the defense, and then they hold the ball. Aruda looks like he's still staying out there. You know, I don't know what they're discussing right there.
The offense is on the field. The Lions' defense was called back on the field. So I'm guessing no matter what, this penalty will be against the Lions, negating what was a huge play for their defense, finally forcing Ruda to fumble there. Danny, every play is an adventure. My goodness.
That was wild. Joe Giovanelli pulled, like, who was that guy? Jadeveon Clowney?
Clowney.
He just pulled like a Clowney and just, like, ripped the ball out of his hands. Try to run it the other way, like almost like a LeVar Arrington, like a man amongst boys play.
You know, boys, that's the second time between that defensive interception before where the ball got ripped out and then retained back for this, and now we had another ball ripped out. And you practice on stripping. You hit the ball, you hold the elbow, and you strip at the right hand. You practice things like this, and you also practice jumping on fumbles. But shot yourself in the foot again.
Yeah, I'll tell you. Well, it is, in fact, a penalty, ladies and gentlemen, against the Monsignor Farrell Lions as we walk the ball now deeper into their territory and, more importantly, deeper as well into the chaotic atmosphere that is the 12th man of the St. Peter's Eagles. They're situated more on the left side of the 50-yard line and the Farrell fans on the right side of the 50-yard line as you are watching from home. A shotgun formation for Aruda. 3 wide receivers bunched close to the line of scrimmage to his right. Williams will be the lone back to the quarterback's left.
You know, let me just clarify this. It was a face mask of Aruda going down as it was balls being stripped. So the face mask was on the defense, and yes, they did strip the ball, but the face mask was called before the ball got stripped, and that's why St. Peter still has the ball right now.
What an environment we have here, ladies and gentlemen. This is like Rutgers down exit 9 in Piscataway. This is wild. Aruda out of a gun, gives it to Williams on a misdirection, nearly going down, now stays on his feet, churning those legs like a mouse trying to stay alive in butter. Gets 5 yards on the play. Second and 6
I'm right next
coming
to
up.
Danny. There's no list of like little one-liners either. It's all coming from the brain, so very impressive.
I watched Catch Me If You Can recently.
Great movie, by the way. And Ray, you had a great analogy before with the $2 steak.
Aruda is tougher than a $2 steak.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Good analogy right there, right?
It's crazy. It's a 2nd and 5.5 here for the Eagles. They give it to Williams. Little stutter step, tries to go A-gap, and he's tackled by the junior two-way player, Kevin Gum, making his presence known on both sides of the ball and now being subbed out to take a bit of a breather as
He deserves one.
Joe Giovanelli coming back in. I mean, what a substitution. You take out Gum, Giovanelli goes in there. He's the guy that ripped the ball out of Aruda's hands.
Jeremiah Williams has been the best player in the AA division for the last 2 years and has not gotten as many carries today. I think it goes with the Eagles diversifying their offense to try to match up with Williams, who's not the biggest human being, and the Farrell defensive line and linebackers being absolutely huge.
Working out of a gun, they give it to Williams. He goes right side, staying on his feet once again. Gents, he seems to be going towards the ground and running as though he's running underneath a thick layer of smoke in a burning apartment, using his hand and not forearm to stay up, and he gets 5 yards running like under the knees like a limbo stick.
So he's going to be just short here. It's going to be 4th and what looks like maybe about a yard.
Quarterback sneak.
4th and a nose.
Get the quarterback sneak. Or, listen, do you want to put points on the board? It doesn't look like they're bringing the field goal team out here. Just put every bunch in there, do a stack, and just get the half yard.
Well, we've got what looks to be about 10 men on the line of scrimmage. They send an extra blocker in motion. Now why not bring in another? Will it be a quarterback sneak? Yes, it is. Aruda, Stonewall Jackson, but now finally gets across that 20-yard line. It'll be a 1st and 10, and the Eagles have officially, for the first time today, entered the Monsignor Farrell red zone.
Not quite a tush push, but an interesting formation. Both motion guys kind of just lined up right next to the quarterback there.
They looked at each other, locked each other in the eye like, you ready to push this dude?
Let's just go knock heads here, all right?
Let's do it.
That's what you do. You bring the receiver across, you have him stop right above the center, and you just push the quarterback through.
You ready, Bobby? I'm ready, friend. Aruda out of a gun, a high snap, brings it down, gives it to Williams, running right side. He's tackled by 2 Lions defenders, but now them hog mollies up front for the Eagles are starting to make their presence known, boys, moving that Lions defensive front more successfully now than they have all game. It is a 2nd down and 5. 40 seconds remaining here in the first half. Laundry on the field. Williams running right side towards the end zone. He's in.
Holding.
And let's see what it is.
Coming back, holding. Discipline. I said it 10 minutes, 20 minutes for the game. This is what's going to make or break the difference in this game.
Unfortunate for the flag, but you tell you what.
I think he scored only because of the holding. I'm just going to say, but go ahead, Ray.
Danny, you pointed out early on the physical matchups between the offensive line, and the Eagles came out the quads. But the last 4 or 5 plays, they're going back to over-reliable, give the ball to 6, which has been a big part of the Eagles' offense. And the Eagles' offensive line is, they're warmed up now. They're used to hitting. They're used to the size of this Farrell defensive line. They're starting to win that battle at the line of scrimmage. But unfortunately, I guess when you hold, it certainly helps.
Listen, it was a huge play because now if you did have a field goal possibility, you're now kicking a 37-yarder instead of, if they couldn't get the first down or they didn't have that run right there. Now you're running out of time. That was about a 20-second play difference. You have 34 seconds left. Danny, what do you think there?
I'll be honest, I wish you didn't put me on the spot like that. I zone out. You don't know when I zone out. Ray does that.
Because it was for you, a timeout.
Just for you and everybody else at home. Why not give a shout-out to people right now that are tuned in from all around the world? We always say, who's watching? Who are these people? Well, right now we want to give a shout-out to TT Desi, who's tuned in by way of Tampa, Florida. So we got to give a shout-out to thank you to Desi tuning in out of Tampa, Florida. We also know we talked about that state of West Virginia before. West Virginia tuned in the house today as well, gentlemen. I was down there last summer. Beautiful country. It's actually a shout-out to Aiden Kane tuning in from West Virginia University. That's Jen Kane's son. She says she loves you and misses you.
He goes to West Virginia. Shout
right.
out to my guy Mikey Kane, his old man. His birthday was yesterday, recently. My guy Mikey Kane, happy birthday, Mikey. And that kid's probably having the time of his life.
Aiden, try not to set any couches on fire down there. In West Virginia, it's illegal to leave a couch on your front porch because after a win, they like to set couches on fire. So it's looked at as though you're going to incite a riot. So if there's a couch on your front porch, you get a ticket. You could possibly get arrested. That's Morgantown.
Ironically, down the New Jersey shore, also a law, because when I had a shore house once, we put some inside furniture outside and got a ticket for it.
The
ticket was for having inside furniture outside.
There you go.
So you can't put a couch on your lawn. I didn't know that.
Down in West Virginia, they do that same thing, but set it on fire. Back to the action on the field.
West Virginia, greater sign, Manasquan.
34.4 seconds to go. Our score, the Monsignor Farrell Lions 0, the St. Peter Eagles 0.
Flags 416.
Throw the ball right here. Throw the ball.
Aruda out of a gun. Bunch formation right at the line of scrimmage. Williams takes the carry, running that way. Picks up about 3 on the play. With the clock running now, 24 seconds to go in the half, and a timeout called by the Eagles. That's going to bring up what looks to be a 3rd and long, officially a 3rd and 14.
So now with Peters, Capola, Martha Cristoforo, and Sika told me, they were trying from about 35 yards. So if you get the ball to around the 20, inside the 20, would they try to break out the field goal kick here to break out a 0-0 tie, Peach?
Doc, here's my aggravation right there. You had one timeout left. You throw the ball, and you do stop the clock, and you hold your one timeout left. Now, right here, I still think you have to throw the ball. You cannot run the ball right here and rush the field goal team on to try to get set for a field goal attempt. You throw it right there with a long play, you still have your one timeout left to make a decision. Now you're in a rush mode.
Joe Jakubowski was he didn't come say hi to me. I'm not happy about that, but Joe Jack just brought us a little food here.
He did better than say hi. He brought you a tray of food. We got pretzels and hot dogs.
A little water.
Yeah.
Some glizzies on a Saturday.
Bob,
better
you
than
hungry? That. You better be. You earned your pay today. Out of a gun, it's a high snap. Aruda corrals it, moving up in the pocket. Throws towards the end zone. He's got a man. Intercepted in the end zone by the Lions. Oh, baby, what a play.
And he shoots himself in the foot again. He threw the ball at him after he intercepted it. That might call the... Bob, is that possible to call the playback for the unfortunate like there? No, it will not. Okay.
The interception is going to count.
I saw it. He took the ball and he kind of like tossed it right at the defensive back there. I mean, at the receiver for the Eagles. So that's going to bring it. I mean, the Lions are now, instead of starting, oh my goodness.
So who is the defensive back? Did you see the number?
Flag's waved. No flag.
The flag was picked up. It's just live out here today. It's just real in the field.
I disagree. You can't do that. You can't throw the ball at somebody. You can't throw the ball at somebody. Every time I've seen someone throw the ball at someone, that's been flagged. There's been 100 flags today. I don't know why they're picking that one up.
I am in no way advocating for it.
He clearly threw the ball after making the interception.
Well, we have an interception for the Lions in the end zone. That is the Lions' second takeaway of the day. All right. They have the ball here with 14.1 seconds to go on their own 20-yard line. What do you think, fellas? Just run the ball, take it 0-0 into the half, or are they going to try and get points here?
They've been super aggressive all day. I doubt there's any. Well, apparently the Lions want to get inside and talk about it, Danny, so you called it. That's going to look to bring us to the half here. What has been an old-fashioned ballroom brawl here in West Brighton.
Gents, I got to be honest with you. It has been a barroom brawl. You said it. And why not take a short break? All of you at home, get something to drink, draw the shades. We got rivalry week, baby. Nothing.
It's time for some glizzies and Main Street Coffee!
Nobody cares. Let's go, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Danny Chanod from Nobody Cares Sports Network on the call with LocalLive.tv, welcoming you back to absolute scenes in Staten Island, New York City, in a battle of what is the 12th man, Irish versus Italian. The Farrell Lions journey north from Oakwood. They come up with 0 in the first half. I'm talking 0 points and a bevy of penalties for both sides, as the St. Peter's Eagles couldn't capitalize on the Lions' follies, were knotted up at nothing. Ray Palma, and we've got Peter Timmins joining us in the broadcast booth. Boys, are you ready for a wild finish here in New Brighton?
Peachy, absolutely.
I'll say this right now, and I said it before the game, discipline. You know, St. Peter's, Farrell, both shooting themselves in the foot. Turnovers, penalty. Turnover, penalty. And then St. Peter's gets the ball in on a great run for a touchdown. Guess what, boys? Penalty. So, second half, it might come down to a field goal game the way things are looking.
Farrell, 75 penalty yards. Go ahead, Danny.
2-man back deep to receive for the Lions, and it is a booming kick that's going to go all the way into the end zone for a touchback.
75 penalty yards in total for the Lions in the first half, 35 for the Eagles. So over 100, that's actually 110. I can do that, man. That's 110 yards in penalty yards in the first half by both teams. So we want to see a much cleaner second half be played here, possibly for both teams. We want to see the referees hold on to their flags. We want to see the teams clean it up, both from a sportsmanlike standpoint and the holding and the penalties and the roughing the pass. We had a little bit of everything in that first half, penalty-wise, Peach. Both teams look to clean it up. We'll see which coaching staff did the best job at halftime of getting that point across.
I tell you.
I think both coaching staffs huddled together and said, gentlemen, we can only coach, but the players need to play. They're on the field, and they have to understand what the repercussions are for just silly, stupid mistakes. So here we go, boys.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, the second half of action brought to you by our friends at Duffy's Tavern, located in the heart of Forest Avenue. First to make that English muffin burger and a staple here in the New York community. Working out of a gun, Walsh looking to get us started quickly. And they do. What a comeback reception made by number 13, Gianni Pasqualoni.
Oh, my goodness. Stops on a dime, comes back like Wayne Corbett in his prime, picks it off with two hands. Danny Chanod, Peter Timmins, my goodness, what a play from 13. Woo.
That could have went either way. The defensive player made a tremendous play. It was just going up in the air. He could have picked that off.
Oh, my goodness. This has been a lot of fun so far this afternoon here in New Brighton.
Sure is, gentlemen. We got a very special guest joining us right now in the broadcast booth, a proud supporter of the network. It's James Thompson out of the Anthony Bavaro Believe Foundation.
Big play in the backfield there. Swallow. Below the tackle, the helmet comes off of Cosmo D'Amelio.
Yeah, Muhammad on the carry, and he doesn't get very much. James Thompson joining us from the Anthony Bavaro Believe Foundation. Boy, we need a reason to believe that these flags are going to stop right now. James, welcome to the booth, brother.
Thank you for having me, guys. Yeah, we can only hope everybody settles down, a little more crisp football. You know, it's a beautiful day. I mean, obviously, great score. Hopefully the second half still clean up. Well,
it's a pleasure to have you here. When we get a chance, we'll learn a little bit more about this great foundation you have and all the things you'll be doing in the Staten Island community. As of now, it's a 2nd and 10 for the Lions. A man going in motion from left to right. A high snap, fumble in the backfield, corralled by Walsh. Throws it downfield over the middle. He's got a man. Nobody home over the top. Catches a block. 15-10 by touchdown Lions.
The first clean execution of the afternoon as far as no penalties in the secondary or on the offensive line. Lions, big strike downfield. And again, with Tim, as you mentioned earlier, the snap, still managing, taking his shot downfield. Lions with 6.
The freshman making his second huge catch this afternoon. Braxton Moy, a touchdown with an exclamation point. The Lions strike first. James, we're not going to get into good luck and bad luck right now with you in the booth, okay? I just want you to live through it.
Principal Kaz is going to have my head. He lives across the street from Kerry and the kids. So
this isn't going to work out.
I'm not going to show up there anytime soon.
Well, that kick is straight money from the Lions special teams unit. 10:31 to go here in the third quarter of play. It's a 7-0 game. Lions over the Eagles. We've got a lot of sponsors. You see them scrolling once a minute, every minute throughout the duration of our event. And we do our best to give drops, but we often like to have these sponsors as reps in the booth. And James Thompson, you got involved in starting this Anthony Vivaro Believe Foundation. It runs in conjunction with his legacy and preserving it at Snug Harbor Little League. Talk to me a little bit more about, for the people at home that are unfamiliar with you guys.
Sure, absolutely. So for a very brief background, Anthony Vivaro, my brother-in-law, played Major League Baseball and retired to go into law enforcement in honor of his godfather, who passed in 9/11, and on his way as a Port Authority officer to protect Ground Zero 2 years ago, Anthony passed. So he was killed by a wrong-way driver. So very blessed, obviously, that this community is great and steps up. And Anthony had the word Believe tattooed on his wrist. And, just look, we started the foundation, the Anthony Vivaro Believe Foundation, to help people believe in tough situations and also support youth sports in the community.
Well, that's why we brought you on, as our reason to believe here in youth sports is we've got a squib kick. The Eagles need a reason to believe as they bobble this return and they jump on it. They'll have the ball at the 25-yard line. I'm going to turn the booth back over to our all-star cast here, and I believe you know these gentlemen, and Ray Palma and Peter Timmins. Boys, the Eagles need a reason to believe. What do they got to do on this drive to get it going? They're down a touchdown now.
Well, the big play for the Eagles downfield, we have not seen. We've seen they've taken 2 shots to Diakite down on the outside twice today, both of them just outside of his reach. We'll love to see one more here.
Well, it's Aruda who's going to just toss it left, and Williams throws his shoulder down. The little engine that could picks up 9 on that run, a 2nd and 1 upcoming.
Then there's old reliable, just give the ball to 6. That seems to always work as well.
You know what? I always said, going back to Little League Week 1, give it to 6, you're going to get 6. Don't fix it right now if it ain't broke. They finished the second quarter of just giving him the ball. He's dicing. He's getting low gravity to the ground. He's finding the seams. And if he could just keep picking it apart, and then it opens up the pass. So I think that might be an angle the offensive coordinators might try to do here.
Will they take a shot here on their 2nd and short yardage, a chance to maybe look to throw one downfield?
Well, Aruda directing traffic now with a lone receiver to his left. That's Diakite. The give is instead to Williams, who runs up the gut and gets enough for an Eagle first down, so they're going to move those chains.
Danny, in the future, I'm going to need to be told ahead of time if we're going to have legends like James Thompson in the booth with us. Like, I'm starstruck right now, and I should have been told about this prior because
I'm just sitting here being quiet, listening to you. Right, feelings mutual, pal.
I feel like I like to keep my broadcasters on their toes.
Well,
James.
that worked. This is like between Peachy and James Thompson. Peachy to my left, James Thompson to my right, and the best play-by-play guy in the industry. This is quite the booth right now.
Tempted to ask Ray about his thoughts on Patrick Ewing coming back. We'll save that for after hours.
That's the greatest thing ever.
Right?
Yeah, I'll talk for too long, but it's the greatest thing I've heard all summer. That includes with Towns.
He's coming back to the Knicks as a coach?
Patrick, not as a coach, but as like the ambassador. He's just going to kind of hang out.
It's unbelievable.
He's going to wave his arms like he did.
Paid to party, stand on tables. All right, they give us to Williams. Little stutter step jump set, gets to the right side. Stiff arm, still on his feet across midfield. 40 and knocked out of bounds. Oh, baby. And it's starting to get chippy out there in the crowd as we have objects being thrown from the student section of one to another. So they're going to have to try and get this under control a bit as now the Eagles move into Lions territory. It is a 1st and 10. The ball placed at the Lions 39-yard line.
Ruda's shotgun, Williams to his left.
The give is, in fact, to Williams. Got to be careful with that football. We've got a flag that comes in from Old Eagle Eye on the back of the play. What'd you see on that one, James?
I mean, I really didn't see much, to be honest with you. I was trying to check out the back and forth in the crowd. To me,
He's like, I think I saw something in the crowd, Danny.
Boys, that's a face mask.
Trying to look for who Danny's getting in trouble shouting out on the mic.
He made that corner turn.
Oh, there it goes.
That's a face mask.
There it goes.
All right. I mean, the play on the field, the people on the bench, everybody's just turn around. Let the fans be fans. Figure that stuff out. What you love to see here is as much kudos as you gave to the Eagles early on diversifying the offense with the 4 wide, going back to old reliable and giving the ball to 6 so far. Like Peachy pointed out, at the end of the half it worked, and so far in this third quarter, they are purring with Williams.
So they called a face mask, but they didn't move actually the ball with the penalty yards. So he called a face mask, but yet we seen it's first down and 5, but then the yardage actually wasn't added on to what the face mask was. That's actually where the ball was placed on his run. So a little confusion right here. If it's a face mask, there should be additional yardage here. I don't know what they're doing.
Me neither. I do big Papa Pump math. If you get that reference, that's really funny. If you don't, it's not.
I'm so starstruck. I've been sweating since James Thompson
you
came in
got
the
both
booth.
sitting next to you right here. Staten Island legend, doing things in the community now with this.
Oh, that's right. We got to get a selfie.
Aruda shotgun gives to Williams, bouncing out left. Breaks it again. Beautiful run. Denies it. Aruda looked to block downfield. Still on his feet. Williams turned what would have been a loss into a gain. And there it goes again with the flag launching from the far side of the field. We'll see what the call is here.
Adam Manoni tuned in from Qualitech Computers, says he loves us. Explicative. We appreciate you too, Adam Manoni, an official sponsor of Nobody Cares.
That the curse is after us. I wonder what that. I loves us.
You know,
there we go. No, I can picture where it is. We're a family show.
Do you think you can handle a selfie?
Both can do it.
How, you know what I mean?
Both can do anything.
My wife's the selfie person.
I know everybody's wife is the selfie person.
There we go. Thank you, guys. Thanks for having us. AV38.org for anybody who wants to check us out. And thanks again for
one more
everything.
time, Bose. What's the website again? Say nice and loud.
AV38.org. AV38 Believe on Instagram. Thanks again for everything you guys do. Nobody Cares Sports. We appreciate you. You're the best.
James Thompson, you're a legend. And thank you to everybody in your family. We appreciate everything you do in the community in Anthony's name.
Shout out to your old man, basketball genius. Can't wait to see him on the hardwood here on Senior Farrell. They're in football basketball season. Good to see you, buddy. All right. Now I'll get back to normal here. With boats out of the room, I feel a little less nerve being surrounded by such legendary people here. All right. Danny Chanod.
Yes, sir.
We've got second down. Mm-hmm. Looks to be about 14.
Yes, sir.
What are the Eagles doing here? We're going to go to 6? Let's see what happens. Quad box on the left. Williams flank to his right.
Second and 14. Aruda throws a quick pass to an open man. That is caught by Muscolo. He picks up about 10 on the play, but after the penalty, it's nowhere near the line to gain. They're going to be about 5 yards shy, so third down upcoming.
Good job getting a big chunk of that back on second down. Makes it third and much more manageable. And what you got to imagine is 4-down territory. So they're going to have 2 plays to get 5 yards. After the great run by Muscolo.
Doc, I might disagree. If they don't get the first down right here, pin them back. Let them earn the yards. And you have a whole second half left. A lot of time.
We shall see. Eagles have been aggressive all year long, but you're right, Peach. In a 7-1 score game down, we'll see if they want to be a little more safe.
That Jimmy Thompson not at selfies after further review. Sending a man in motion. It's a 3rd and 4. They gave it to Williams on a misdirection. He's going to get about half the distance, which I believe is what they wanted to do in 4-down territory.
Cut it down. It's going to be, the sticks haven't moved much. I'm not sure if he really gained anything there. The yardage marker didn't go anywhere, so it looks like it's going to be 4th and 4 from the Farrell 30. We'll call it the 33.
Nah, punt this ball away.
We'll see what happens.
Don't give him the ball to 35. A lot of time left.
Diakites come in the game. Now, he's the big play threat.
I get it.
On the outside. Now, remember, Ruda's the punter, so much like Farrell here, Danny, the snap is not necessarily indicative of what's going to happen.
One-on-one coverage on the outside. Might throw it up.
It is a 4th and 4 for the Eagles at the Lion 38-yard line. Sending it right side. Misses a shoestring tackle. Diving towards the edge, and he comes up just empty.
Incredible containment by the Lion defense out there. I didn't get the number who that was.
Guess
who? Was it Gum? Was it 0? Oh, my goodness.
You sure were right on that.
Oh, my goodness.
My man is a monster, bro.
And right where he needed to be, right at the yardage marker, holds him about a yard from our line of sight, a yard short. My goodness, what a play. Although we're determining it already. It looks like it hasn't been decided yet. Are they going to get the sticks out? The sticks are out, Danny.
I mean,
so
he was close, but,
here.
I think, Gum ran to the sidelines, and he's looking back on the field like, are you kidding me?
Toughest job, referees, not easy spot in a football. That is for sure.
No, it's not.
It looked like it was short from here, but we're not down that close. And it depends where the ref actually puts his foot. It might come down to an inch game here, boys.
All right, so it is. You could hear a pin drop here as both fan bases are just staring here at the 30-yard line, looking for the measurement. Both teams huddled around.
Or Eagle
You could
eyes
hear a
upon
pin
them
drop.
right now.
I feel like yelling across the field to somebody. It's so
Well,
quiet
It
right
is
now.
the most quiet it's been, but you could cut the tension with a knife right now.
Well, it's a huge play. I mean, if they convert, Eagles with a fresh head down to the 30. If not, Lion possession. So it is a big spot and a big mark here for the officials.
I don't understand the confusion here. You put the ball down, you take the sticks out, and
It's not rocket science. Yeah,
No, it's either.
I've done the sticks, and I'm an idiot.
If
Well,
it's,
there's just like 3,000 people ready to go with pitchforks and torches, so there's that. You know.
It's not easy, but as far as the execution of the chains, the ball looks. I have no idea. No one's reacting.
Ladies and gentlemen, what do we have?
The Eagles' offense is on the field. The Lions' defense is on the field. That's all I know for sure. Coach Del Piore legitimately has a right. He is screaming across
Waiting
the field.
for an official call, and here we go.
All right. He's telling the Lions sideline to get back, which does make some sense.
does Bob have his walkie with him? Bob, what are you hearing in the walkie?
We're going to Bob. Bob is not Mike, but Peachy getting some inside information from Bob, the clock official. So.
It looks short from where the yard marker is. The yard marker is at the 30-yard line. The ball is at like
If that's the spot of the ball, it's not first down.
29 and a half.
That's what I'm saying,
No, that's
yeah.
not a first.
If that's the spot, it's not even close.
Well, a call couldn't hurt there, boys.
No. So, ladies and gentlemen, we have a turnover on downs for the Eagles as we switch over here. Let's hear a word from our sponsor, our man Danny Mills from Ruddy and Dean.
Nice.
Hi, this is Danny Mills, Ruddy and Dean, American Steakhouse, 44 Richmond Terrace, supporting local sports. Full line of bourbons, tequilas, craft beers, and a superior wine list to complement our steaks. Looking to see you around our table soon or on the field.
I love me some Ruddy and Dean. I was there the other day, and I had myself a, what they call it, was like a mini filet mignon. It wasn't a full filet mignon.
They call that a petite.
A petite. That's exactly
Nice.
right. Yeah. Went in there during the week, and I was like, you know what? I think I'll stay for dinner. But I'm happy I was, man. I don't eat red meat often, but when I do, I spoil myself. Go down to 44 Richmond Terrace and see what all the fuss is about. Proud supporter of the network.
Did you get the cream spinach and the mashed, I hope?
You know, no.
Ugh.
I didn't. I got a double side of French fries like a horrible person.
The double-sided fries is so safe, though. The cream spinach, great going down, but it's quick on the comeback. And I do love me a cream spinach, though. My goodness.
Oh, you ain't kidding. Boys, as we move here, 5:42 through left here in the third quarter, need to start thinking about who is a potential for game MVP, an impact player that'll be winning a Buy-A-Bar gift card.
A lot of contenders right now, and I think the scoreboard will have a lot to do with that going forward.
Farrell sending a man in motion out of a gun and misdirection. They maybe a miscommunication here as the running back went right when he should have gone left. Instead, it's going to be a loss of 5 on the play. Eagles defense catches the Lions sleeping.
The Eagles defense has been beat deep a couple of times here today, but as far as around the line of scrimmage, they have shown up to play.
I'll tell you what, boys. We got a limping running back here. What's the running back's name here? Looks like he's
Nafis Muhammad.
21 is Nafis Muhammad.
He's limping. When you're a running back and you have a limp in your little step, that's not a good thing right there.
No, that's actually going to be what we call a problem.
Yeah.
Ray, why don't you take this play?
I'd love to, as I have the pretzel in my mouth. He's been dropped back.
Not bad.
He's looking down the sideline. The underthrown ball, most dangerous weapon. Was he out of bounds? Looks like he's calling it a catch. That's going to be a first down for the Lions. What a beautiful throw. I think the intentionally underthrown ball there, Peach. Beautiful 10-yard catch.
Yeah, you know what? That's good communication between the quarterback and the wide receiver there on a 1-1 route. And it was a thrown back ball. Great observation by the receiver to just stop his route, come back for the ball, get the first down, and got his foot in there.
So the Lions' passing attacks really come in there. Walsh, the ultimate leader program, he was the backup last year. He put the work in, and he's been impressive under center in the shotgun in this particular formation. Walsh will be in the shotgun. Pre-snap motion from 13. Give his up the gut. No, Walsh on the fake. Roll out. Finds my guy here for getting downfield. Breaks one tackle. Well, that tackle will take him out of bounds. Beautiful play by the Fordham commit. Caballeros, physical, plays all over the field, plays on defense. Fordham, very lucky to be getting a player of his ability in the fall.
Yep, 4:41 to go here in the third quarter of play. Lions with a 7-0 lead. They've moved the ball into Eagle territory here. Ball placed at the Eagles' 42-yard line. Give us to Gum running A-gap, taking a defender with him.
I think what you're seeing a little bit of is without penalties, the Lions are purring. They, all first half kind of shot themselves in the foot, as Peachy pointed out earlier. If you play penalty-free, they've shown the ability to move the ball here on the Eagles' defense in the second half.
Well, we're also seeing what happens with that whole alignment assignment and wearing down the defensive line, committing to the run all game as we move deeper into the second half. Some fatigue taking place. Walsh has a man open. What a huge hit, but my man holds on to make the catch, Gianni Pasqualoni.
Pasqualoni was in motion pre-snap, found his way open downfield, and again, Walsh, knowing the system, knowing where it got, from a pre-snap running back to get it past that far downfield, really impressive. Found the hole in the defense, first and
wild
10 from about the 20. My goodness.
I mean, does he have an insane height advantage because the way he jumped up? I don't know. That was just a wild catch right there. Out of a play action, Walsh throwing towards the end zone. Almost a one-handed grab made by Braxton Moy, the freshman, continuing to put on a show this afternoon.
Lions have had a hard time running the football. Peachy pointing out running back limping. Perhaps they decided to just open it up and just bring this thing downfield, and Walsh has been mighty impressive.
Yeah, it seems like he's on the sidelines right now. So it looks like that go-to is just throw the ball up and let your receivers make a play here.
Well, they got Gum back in the game. He's a bit of a ground and pound thunder guy.
Fumble.
Oh! The Eagles come up with it! Baby!
Has a team ever needed a play like that more in a moment than the Eagles needed that? Miscue from the Lions. Timmins brought it up, shot themselves in the foot again. Will put possession back to the St. Peter's Eagles.
You know what? It starts again with that miscommunication. I don't know if the center and the quarterback are just misaligned, but it was a high snap to the left. He got his hands on it. It was a late snap to him, and then the running back couldn't get his possession of the ball, and then it was a fumble.
Yeah, because it looked like he, after the high snap and everything, he did a heck of a job to get it close to Gum's fingertips, and next thing you know, the ball's just on the turf. So I think that it was a combination of, like you said, a high snap and a miscommunication. Now Aruda is going to try that swing, toss, left side, a spin move, getting to the second level. Williams picks up about 6 on the play. 2nd and 4 upcoming, ball near the 30-yard line. 3:15 to go here in the third quarter. The Lions lead 7-0 over the Eagles.
Peter Timmins coined the phrase, give it a 6, you'll get 6. And, I mean, he did a cut from left to right, then into the spin. Always seems to fall forward, and Jeremiah Williams is not the most physically imposing kid in the field.
He finds a way.
But his gifted ability, as gifted a running back as I've ever seen on this island.
Aruda out of a gun. Looking Diacoti's way, that ball nearly interception.
Miscommunication there. Diacotti on the go route. Aruda looking for him much earlier in the progression. They'll talk about it now, get it fixed up.
You know, that was a tremendous shot of adrenaline for the St. Peter's team right there of getting a fumble recovery. And you have momentum with 6 running the ball. If you just let him just find it, you had 3 yards right there. I would have preferred giving it back to him. He's got the seam right there of what he's finding.
Big third down here, Danny.
Massive. It's a 3rd and 4 for the Eagles. Aruda is going to keep it. He's got a seam, second level. Right side, stays on his feet. Across the 40. Shifting hands. He keeps the ball in his right hand. He's now over midfield into Lions territory. First down, Eagles.
I just keep thinking, run out of bounds. Don't take another hit. He just goes head first, gets every possible extra yard he has. Marco Aruda plays quarterback, and he's certainly developed into a dual threat quarterback. But ultimately, he is a football player first. Shows it there with the big run. And again, they find themselves in Lion territory, Peach.
I'll tell you what, a tremendous block. They faked the ball, get it to him. And he made a block on a linebacker that allowed Aruda to run back and go to the right and gave him a tremendous yard right there.
Absolute scenes here in Staten Island. If you'd like to see more of this wild and raucous environment, check out our social media, Nobody Cares Sports. The give is to Williams running right side, off tackle. Picks up about 3 on the play. 2nd and 7 upcoming from the Lions 41.
Love the diversity in the offense here, and more importantly, love the ability to keep getting touches into Williams. Williams, I don't have stats in front of me, not his usual amount of touches in the first half, has certainly made up for it here in the second half. You know, you're going to go with what's got you here. The Eagles have got off to a hot start this season with a 4-1, 5-1. Don't have it in front of me. Either way, 4-1 record. Big game here. You got the AAA opponent with the Lions. Let's see what we got here, Danny. They're going to be in the shotgun.
Shotgun once again. Aruda, surprise, surprise, is going to keep it. Shaking a tackle, decides to try and go right like this is Madden. Realize that's not possible. Gets about 4 on the play, and it kind of looks like he's having fun and just doesn't really care. Like, you know what I mean?
He looked right, and I think it was Delisio, JP Delisio, number 42, was just standing right at him, and instead of trying to run away from him, he just ran right into him.
Yeah, he was like, let's do it.
Let's just go head to head.
You know what? Let's just do it, man.
And a great call with John Madden football. I mean, at the end of the day, just
I was thinking Tecmo Bowl.
Yeah, you know, like when you're like, I know that if I go right, nobody's going to be there. The linebacker was like, what are you kidding me?
Thanks, boys.
Well, way to make me feel young
All right,
again.
3rd and 6 here for the Eagles. Aruda in the shotgun. Solo coverage on the outside.
Yeah, Diacotti up top, one-on-one. He's looking Diacotti's way, throwing that way. He's got him! It is nearly incomplete. Nearly caught. It is, in fact, incomplete. My goodness, just a bit underthrown. If he throws that ball over his shoulder, I think he's got touchdown, boys.
Well, that's the difference in the game so far. The Lions, with the special freshman in Sheehan, along with a lot of first downs from Pedreros, have completed those passes. For the Eagles, that's the 3rd or 4th time they've taken a shot downfield to their big play threat. 0 for 4, 0 for 3 so far today.
32.6 seconds remaining in the third quarter. Lions lead 7-0.
So, Peach, we were going to punt from the 30 earlier. Now the ball's at the 39. This is, you would think.
It's a gutsy call right here.
This formation does not indicate punt. If Williams is going to be flanked to Aruda's left, it is highly unlikely he's punting the football. So the Eagles are going to go for this here, Danny. 4th and about 6.
1-on-1 again.
4th and long. And we've got an offside. Diacotti takes off running before the snap. That'll cost him 5 yards. And now the Eagles are forced to play chess and send out the punt team in a battle of field position.
Got to imagine they might have called his number again there. Got a little happy and a little jumped off sides there. Ugh.
Yeah, Second Amendment right in the foot again.
All right, so Aruda's going to step back into a more traditional punt formation. Danny Chanod's going to step out and manage some technical things. I'll take over play-by-play. Aruda catches the punt. Low little spin on it.
It hit his
leg.
leg.
The ball is going to be live, and it's picked up by Turnbull. No official call that, but that looks like a live ball.
That's a live ball. That hit his leg, and the player in Farrell even knows it.
Yeah, that ball is live. It's going to be Eagle possession at what looks to be around the 26, 27-yard line. Referees are going to talk about it, but Peachy's on the call, and he hasn't been wrong all day.
Well, you know what? I think they're looking to saying if the offensive player pushed the defender into it, but it wasn't. That is St. Peter's ball. That's a receiving team error. Low kick. He's got to get away. That is a clear-cut fumble right there. It hit his foot, recovered by St. Peter's, and this another adrenaline boost for the St. Peter's. Now I don't know. Doc.
This is the line. This is okay. Williams is in the game. 22. I'm just looking for Aruda. Aruda's there. Okay, so the Eagles' offense is on the field. Coach Del Piore not happy right now. He's giving the referees an earful.
Well, you know what? His argument is that the offensive player was pushing the defender into a position where his foot was caused to hit the ball.
Shotgun, bunch out right. Referee blows the whistle, and they're going to. Okay, so they're going to continue the conversation with Coach Del Piore, who's upset, and if he feels his player was pushed into the play there, Peach, he certainly has a right to voice that opinion.
No, I get it, but unfortunately, that's not going to change the possession aspect of what it is. We don't have replay booths upstairs where we go to Fox and say, you know what, let's look at it three times over. We send it to Bob to my left and say, Bob, what are you going to do about it? And, you know, Bob understands what the rules are. It hit the player's foot. It becomes a free ball. And if they can't obviously think they would ever overturn it. I get the coach's perspective, what he wants to say, but St. Peter's ball regardless.
Well, Rocco got his point across, and the Eagles are going to have a chance to have theirs. Williams in motion pre-snap. Aruda is going to look middle of the field. Beautiful little screen there. They've done a good job so far of getting the ball into Muscolo's hands. That gained about 2 or 3 yards. Going to set the familiar 2nd and 8 for the Eagles here in the second half. And right around we'll call it the 23-yard line. Peachy, so is the whole playbook open here? Denny Chanod is not back.
Well, I'm going to say this. We're going to the fourth quarter.
Oh, we are headed to the four. I was not. Danny was talking to me. Peach was talking to me. I got really confused. But the bottom line is this. The Eagles are approaching. They're in Farrell territory. Can they get in the red zone? Can they score a touchdown? We don't know, but it's all sponsored by Main Street Coffee! All right, ladies and gentlemen, the teams are switching sides of the field. It is the start of the fourth quarter. High school footballs are 12-minute quarters. Score, Monsignor Farrell, after a tremendous play open downfield with the star freshman. Can't wait to watch this kid over the next 4 years. Mr. Braxton Moy with his second touchdown in consecutive weeks gave the Lions a 7-0 lead. The Eagles have marched the ball downfield, largely due in part to the running of Marco Arruda and Jeremiah Williams. No surprise there, as they have been the dominant players in the AA division of the CHSAA the last couple of years. The Lions defense has pitched a shutout thus far this afternoon, as expected, coming in as the heavy favorite, the AAA team. Arruda's going to be in the shotgun, down 7. Williams is flanked to his left. Bunch set right.
You got to give it to Williams here.
Give is to Williams up the gut. He's going to look to bounce it out right. Spins, falls forward, and that's going to get the ball inside the 20. If we're looking at the yardage sticks here, it's going to make it third down from around the 18, and you probably got to get to around the 13, so we're going to call it 3rd and 5, and Williams remains on the ground. That is the last thing St. Peter's wants or needs right now.
And you know what? They got to take him out of the game for at least a play, regardless if he's hopefully not too banged up here.
Yeah, we'll see. I think your other option is to call a timeout, but I don't think the Eagles would want to burn a timeout. Certainly, they've shown Muscolo's been fully capable, number 22, at playing running back, but no one is Jeremiah Williams. So if he's unable to, we'll see what happens here. You know, you root for something like a cramp, Peach, right? You want something that they can take care of.
It looks like they're trying to stretch the calf out here. It might be a cramp. It is. Listen, it's 74, 75 degrees out, but when you play on this turf, you got to add 15 to 20 degrees, and then, you know, when they're playing, you got to be conscious, you know, always stay hydrated. I said this in the week 1 we did with the Susan Wagner game and how many guys went down with cramps and so forth. But this looks like hopefully a cramp. I see a big stretch going on there. But moving forward right now, when you're third down and seems about 4 or 5, you got the open field up. I wouldn't be surprised. I would think or hope that they went back to the 4-wide spread and maybe did a little quick screen out and got the first down. Obviously, a 2-down territory. I don't think there's no point in kicking a field goal. But if you have your 4 receivers out there and you're on the same page, little screen out, little across the middle, and you can pick up the first down. But then again, you know, Arruda's been running the ball good. You know, your mindset right now is to get this first down and keep the drive going.
Well, you got to imagine the Lions defensively are going to be focused on Marco Arruda, and they're going to be focused on, Williams, I think now has to, like you pointed out, Peach has to come out for a play. That likely will move Muscolo into that featured back role that Williams usually has. The question is, can someone else from the Eagles on an offensive standpoint make a play downfield, make a play at the line of scrimmage, someone like a Weinberg, finding himself open downfield, and could Arruda find him? Can someone else for the Eagles step up besides the stars that we see on a weekly basis? So Arruda's going to be blocked out by the fence. Not my best angle here. Arruda's in the shotgun, and as predicted, Muscolo will be flanked to his left. He's going to keep it himself, called his own number, and didn't go anywhere. Swallowed up by that Lions. So when the game started off, Peach, we said not the best idea to run the ball up the gut, and it turns out to be a fact, right? And there's a flag. Don't know which team it's on. It came right in the middle there.
That might be an unsportsmanlike on Farrell. It looks like looks like, I don't know who they're pointing to, but it definitely looks like an unsportsmanlike taunting. on
If you're the
Farrell.
Lions, you don't need that.
There
My
we go
goodness.
back to discipline. Who's shooting the foot more? It seems like
So-
it doesn't end here.
Peach, write that down. You have Jeremiah Williams not in the game for a play. You get a play run where you gain no yardage, probably a lot to do with the fact that Jeremiah Williams not in the game. And instead of making it 4th down, it now becomes 1st down with yet another penalty for the Lions. They're over 100 yards in penalty yards at this point, and that's going to put the Eagles at their best position of the day inside about the 15-yard line.
Well, gentlemen, it seems like there's been some restructuring out there with the Eagles offense, given that injury. If you're thinking about restructuring your home, why not do it with one of the best in the business, DPM Contracting, fully licensed and insured, family-owned and operated. Shout out to Damian McCaig and the family. 1st and goal for the Eagles. Toss left to Williams back in the game, and he is pummeled behind the line. Ray, we're getting a bevy of texts saying you and Pete doing a tremendous job.
They're much appreciated by the people, and it's all Peachy carrying me, that's for sure.
Ray, I'm not carrying you anywhere.
That's a good point, too. I wouldn't recommend it for anyone. Toss play for Williams. The Lions shoring up the interior part of the defense. Now they have anything bouncing outside. Looked out. Again, you look at the bottom of the screen wide open here. One-on-one coverage.
It's a play action. Aruda tries to keep it, and he's got absolutely nowhere to go. He is tackled from number 81. You know who that is. That's our boy Savino.
That is my guy, Savino. He is a force to be reckoned with, and he has made some big plays for the Lions today. So defense holding up strong. Number one thing here, if you're the Lions, no pre-snap penalties.
Right. 3rd and goal here for the Eagles from what is the Lions' 17-yard line.
So it's 3rd and goal. You got to imagine 4-down territory. Peachy pointed out before, probably not the time to kick a field goal, but there's a lot of time left. So interesting to see if they do get closer. Would they take the 3 and look to try and score in the next phase?
Now let's see what they can do with it. 2 wide receivers right. Aruda stepping up in the pocket, decides to keep it. Can he get to the end zone? He comes up short. A 4th and goal from just outside the 5-yard line is what we have.
Kick the field goal.
9:30 to go. Not a bad decision, Pete. Not a bad decision, as the special teams does in fact come out onto the field. Aruda will hold. And he's a bit banged up, so if there's a high snap, it's not in his interest to get up quickly. We're looking for a good snap and hold here. Coppola set to kick. Snap, hold, good. Kick is money. The Eagles get their first points of the game, 7-3. And quarterback Marco Aruda, the holder on that play, gets up limping. Ladies and gentlemen, we got drama. 7-3 in New Brighton. Farrell fighting and clawing as the Lions try to keep this lead. 8:57 to go in the 4th. When we come back, you're supporting local sports. Nobody cares.
Main Street Coffee.
I'll tell you, ladies and gentlemen, it's hurricane season right now. It is not over, and that's why you got to remember our friends at 1-800-WATER DAMAGE, serving the tri-state area and greater Monmouth County. Shout out Coach Cosmo Marcelli out of Moore Catholic High School. If you want to reach him, heaven forbid you get water on the floor, 732-955-4232.
I have had water damage. I've gone to the dentist. I would rather live at the dentist than ever have water damage in my home again.
Say word. The Eagles.
Water damage is relentless.
Set to kick here. 8:57 to go in the 4th quarter, and they kick it somewhat deep as this one skies back down to earth. And it's going to be fielded at the 20-yard line. Not very much to go there as the Eagles get him to the surface quickly. That was Will Andrade for the Lions on the return.
He did a good job holding on that thing. A little dicey as far as the way he had it kind of held with one hand at one point there, but able to maintain possession. If you want a statement for how well the Eagles defense has performed today. That field goal attempt is a statement from Rob Seeker and Martha Cristoforo saying, we trust our defense can come out there and get a stop. Here's their opportunity.
You know what? The way the game's progressing right now, you couldn't ask for a better finish than what's on hand right now. This is a 7-3 ball game, hard fought up front, back and forth. Hopefully, this comes down to a final play of somebody just conquering what their demons are.
8:49 remaining, Danny.
Walsh out of a gun. 3 receivers set, 2 left, looking over the middle. That ball is...
That hit the floor.
That is...
They're going to call it complete.
Just beautifully executed offense. Crossing pattern from number 87 for the Lions. Our sheet printed out.
That ball hit the floor.
Coach Timmins saying it bounced. I did not see that. The Eagles seem to agree with Coach Timmins here. Sika is headset off, going nuts on the sideline here. So Timmins saying it bounced. Sika is going insane on the sidelines, and according to Timmins, justifiably so.
It's Walsh out of a gun. It's a give to the tailback, Muhammad. Looked like Walsh had the choice of a read, and he chose to hand the ball off, but he did so apprehensively to the tailback. It results in no gain on the play. 2nd and 10 upcoming from the Lions' own 42-yard line.
You know, both you guys, they better get it together with this snap of the center to the quarterback. It seems like it's only a matter of time. Every time we look at it, it's going to be like, oh, another fumble.
It's been an adventure thus far, that's for sure.
Well, we've got trips right for the Eagles. 1 set as a tight end, offset from the line of scrimmage. It is a play action. Walsh fires over the middle. That ball nearly intercepted. Pass intended for Aiden Pedreros.
First incomplete pass that I've seen from Walsh in a while. It's certainly a complete where he just missed the receiver completely. Rob Sika is going insane on the sidelines. Not sure what he wants, but whatever it is, he's not getting it. And he is... I believe, Peachy, he's first upset about what you said earlier. That ball bounced there on the first down conversion. Either way, since the bounce pass, it's going to be 3rd down. Can the Eagles find a way to get off the field here, Danny? And what's going to be about 3rd and looks to be about a full 10?
You would think.
I can't do that.
It looks like 3rd and a full 10.
Whistles. So the Lions are going to talk it over.
So we've got a timeout called on the field. What better time to hear from a sponsor of ours? Let's hear from our good friend Mark Savino at Century Waste Services.
Hi, this is Mark Savino of Century Waste Services. We've been servicing the tri-state area for over 25 years. We have over 50 trucks, all with top-flight safety features. 24/7 contact availability, no hold or wait times, the right service at the right price. Century Waste, supporting local sports and going the extra yard in the community. Nobody cares.
What a drop, huh? My man's made for show business, Ray.
He put it in there at the end. I actually coached his son as well at one point, and just a really good all-around guy. My good friend George Mallon, a part of the crew over there at Century Waste, and just the top of the line in the waste disposal industry. If you need some private waste disposal, commercial, whatever you need.
You're a business, commercial, whatever it may be.
Give those guys a call. I know they had the account at the deli right near I-61, which I'm a frequent flyer, so I get to see my guys sometimes over there. And, garbage smells. It's good to get it out of there.
Yeah.
You want waste? You want it managed. You want it removed. And Century Waste Management does it better than anybody else in the industry.
Going green in the community, too. And
if you get a chance on Instagram, you got to see, they put George Mallon. One Take George, they call him. He does the little infomercials for the company. And
love it.
One Take George just nails it. Well, talking about management here, Danny, we need the Eagles to manage to find a way off the field. Rob Sika has gotten his point across. Whatever he is upset about, he has gotten his point across. It's 3rd and 10, Danny, and this is the biggest play of the season for the Eagles defense.
You said it, mister. It has come down to this, a 3rd and 10, 7:47 to go in the 4th quarter. 2 receivers right, 1 left. Walsh out of a play action, throwing deep downfield and incomplete. No flag called. The Farrell Lions sidelines are insane right now, and they are saying, bro, you talk about a makeup call. You got Rob Sika on the other end begging and pleading. I mean, if I had a flag in my pocket, I'd throw it on the field. Nevertheless, a 4th and 10 coming up. The Farrell Lions set to punt.
This game has everything. I mean, we have a ball that Timmins says bounced. I don't know if it bounced. Seeker's losing his mind. Then we have a play downfield. I mean, he clearly grabbed the receiver as he tried to get to the football. You can't do that in football. That's against the rules.
No, bro, you can't do that.
And all I know, at the end of it all, the Eagles, bending this punt, have a chance to get the ball back.
Yes, the senior, number 8, the Ocho, James Joya, back deep to receive. And this is a tomahawk punt.
Get away from that football.
Yeah, that ball is poison. It's going to take a Lions bounce and go all the way inside the 5 and come to a halt at the 2-yard line. Oh, man, what a punt.
So Coach Seeker decided, you know what? We're going to kick the field goal here, and we're going to give our chance to defense to get a stop. Part A of the plan, check. Now, here's our offense. Here's 97 yards with 7:23 left. What can we do to find a way to put this thing in the end zone, Peach?
I'll be honest right now.
I like honesty.
Here's the honesty. You run the ball, you grind it out, you wait for the receiver to get. Don't press yourself to just think that you have to get the 7 right now. Work the field, play the clock for what it is, get some yardage, get to the 20, 30, try to open the field up, and then you see what happens off there.
Be careful with that football playing against your own end zone here. This drive of the game brought to you by our friends at Jimmy Mac's, located in the heart of Westerly, 280 Watchog Road. Celebrating 35 years. Private party room available. Aruda out of a gun, has a man over the middle. It's Williams. He makes the catch at the 35-yard line. First and 10 Eagles.
What a communication. Aruda keeping his feet in the pocket. He's been running out of the pocket all day long. Becomes a pocket passer there. Has a presence of mind to stay on his feet, and a beautiful strike. Williams with the big catch and a big play the Eagles need to get him out of their own end zone.
You know, that's a read by the linebacker. The linebacker in that scheme right there knows that he has the running back, and he took him out. He did a little wheel route, and he went right up the seam. Tremendous play call.
Good luck.
St. Peter's.
Any linebacker trying to guard Jeremiah Williams, good luck.
First and 10, bunch set left, extra blocker in at tight end. The give us to Williams, swallowed up in the backfield, and a great play made that time by the linebacker, number 0, Agent 0, as we like to call him around here, Kevin Gum.
Kevin Gum has been all over the field for the Lions today, making plays both offensively and defensively. My goodness.
You know, this MVP is going to come down to actually who wins this game right now.
Yeah, it's going to have to come from the winning team. I think both teams have had exceptional play.
I mean, you could have a defensive player or an offensive player win MVP. It's just going to come down to which team walks away with the dub.
Absolutely.
Second and 10 for the Eagles. They've got about 9 guys on the line of scrimmage. Will it be a run or a play action? Aruda is going to run it. Dodging one tackle in the backfield. Can't dodge that one. That is a massive loss on the play. Oh, baby. It's your boy, William Aguirre, coming up. The senior making the tackle.
That is a huge play and a big loss for the Eagles. It's going to make it third and a good, depending on the spot, make it third is a good 14 or so.
He got up wildly flailing his arms in celebration like vintage Jesse Armstead.
I'm looking up William McGuire. He is a 6'1", 270 senior. William, please don't beat me up. My goodness, what a play.
I mispronounced his name.
You gave it you gave it a fantastic pronunciation. I didn't know how to repeat yours.
I don't know if that was right, though.
Either one of us got to be right. We've got to be 50% and nothing else.
You have Williams one-to-one coverage out here.
That's what I like to hear. A 3rd and 14. Aroda looking that way, throws it over the middle. He's got a man. It is complete at midfield. Brandon Weinberg makes his first catch of the game. The senior couldn't have it happen at a bigger time. 1st and 10.
I think we said it early on, outside of Williams or Ruda, who else amongst that supporting cast can make a play? Weinberg's done it all year long. Biggest third down of the season there.
5:05 remaining here in the 4th quarter of play. Aruda throwing a short pass. That ball nearly intercepted. And is it? It is! Lions come up with the pick!
What an incredible play. What looks like number 37, Juan Minietti, we'll say. Juan Minietti. Is it 37? I hope I got the right number.
You said it, brother.
37. What an incredible play. Aruda, dangerous pass. Can't put it there. 4:57 remaining.
Here's what I'll tell you, brother. We saw that egregious, should have been penalty for defensive pass interference not called against the Eagles. You know, I say this in our basketball broadcast a lot, but ball don't lie, my friend. And that was one of those instances where a Farrell defender just comes up with the play to say, hey, this should be our ball right about here.
You know, and you get the Farrell, you know, defensive staff, coordinator Chris Mule, you know, players in positions succeed. They have a Peters stacked the line of scrimmage, Eagles putting press coverage everywhere, making plays. So now the Eagles, equipped with 3 timeouts, 4:57 remaining, can they get another 3 and out?
It's a 1st and 10 from the Eagles' 48-yard line. Quarterback goes under center rather than a shotgun for the first time today.
So does that mean, are they going to commit to the run this drive? Are the Lions going to say, we're going to try and play a little smash mouth, kill some clock?
Oh, no doubt.
A couple of first downs here. You can, you know, walk this game off here. Clock management critical for the Eagles here, how they elect to use their timeouts. Looks like they're not going to call one here, allowing the clock to bleed down. We're approaching 4:30 remaining.
You know, if you're foul right now, I don't know if I go back to the shotgun. Stick underneath. Why go to the shotgun and risk it? Well, here we go.
Here they are. They are going to go under center for the first time today. The second time today.
2 wide receivers split left and right, an extra back end to block. They give us to Muhammad. He gets across the 40-yard line. Should be enough for a Lions first down.
The whistle blows to stop the clock. Stop the clock for a first down, I suppose. Okay.
We're going to move those chains, ladies and gentlemen, with 4:10 to go here in the 4th quarter.
So, again, clock management for the Eagles. You need a stop. You need some form of a stop. No need to panic right away. 4 minutes, a lot of time. But the Lions will be in no rush. They're going to bleed this thing down. They won't snap it till about 3:30 or so, give or take. Going a little smash mouth here, the Lions going under center. You got to love it. You know, playing with the lead. Keep the clock moving. Old school smash mouth football. Let's see if Nafis Muhammad is able to hold on.
Walsh goes under center. Same formation. He's going to give it again to Muhammad, who makes one-man miss, reverses field, goes to the second level, and he picks up a gain of about 11 on the play, and that should be back-to-back first downs for the Lions, and is. Now, I'll tell you what, man, it's this Peters defense starting to look a little bit dinged up right now, and you know what? Sometimes when your car gets dinged up, Ray, you got to take it to the auto body shop. No better people to do it than 550 Richmond Terrace Fast Track Auto Body, collision repair and custom tints. Shout out Al Perry, 718-442-2964. A 1st and 10 for the Lions. They are moving and grooving seemingly with all the momentum here late.
One positive of a 10-yard gain, at least 10 yards gives a new set of downs. He goes for 9 yards there. The Lions scribble about 45 more seconds.
Oh, a beautiful shoestring tackle made by Brody Turnbull in the backfield to stop what could have been and should have been a big play.
Got to use the timeout.
Like they're not. They haven't called it.
Got to use the timeout.
It's going to be 2nd down. Clock remains 2:40 and counting.
Yeah, 2nd and 6 upcoming here for the Lions.
Lions will not need to snap this until around the 2:10 mark, according to my awful math.
I would have called
leading here. Didn't call it on first down. Unsure if the Eagles have 2 or 3 timeouts remaining. Either way, Walsh is going to go back under center. Gum in the backfield.
Gum, the lone tailback. He takes the carry, running left side. He uses a stiff arm, still on his feet, looks for contact. Oh, Doctor runs a man over. That is a touchdown, Lions.
So when
he stepped out of bounds. He trucked that kid for no reason. My man's trying to make Sports Center top 10 with an exclamation point.
All right, so
first 10 goal Lions, brother.
The lone positive, the Eagles still have their timeouts, 2:07 remaining. If they are able to pull off some kind of a goal line stand here, something could happen, but Danny points out truck stick used on that one.
Oh, my God. He was one-on-one with him in the end zone. He lowered his shoulder and just laid the boom Marshawn Lynch style. I'm surprised the skittle didn't pop out there.
The spot looks to be at right around the 4. Let's see what the Lions are going to do. They're going to stay under center. I wouldn't be surprised here. Just give the ball to Gum again. See what happens.
2:07 to go. The give is to Gum running up the gut. He is in.
Ultimately, the superior size of the Monsignor Farrell Lions. showed here late in this fourth quarter. They went away from the pass. They went away from the shotgun. They went old school football, Danny and Peach. They went under center. They ran the football right down the Eagles' throats from about midfield, and that's going to put this game at a pretty long disadvantage here for the St. Peter's Eagles.
You know, it went back to smash mouth right there, and I think the St. Peter's defense, they've been on the field a long time in the second half, and here we are right now. This is going to be a tough little edge to come back to.
Well, kick is up and money.
You got 3 timeouts left. If you can get some kind of field position right here, anything can happen. You get a long ball. You try an onside. We've seen everything in between college and NFL. There is ways that, yes, we've seen a comeback. But right now, it looks like the advantage, you can't say Farrell is not looking to take on the bus and head back to Oakwood and be like, yes, this was a great win. But listen, 2 minutes left, a lot of time left. Anything can happen.
Got to give a lot of credit to offensive coordinator Joe Maricon there. Just smash mouth football, getting that first down. Danny, I think you have a sponsor for us.
We always have a sponsor drop, gentlemen, and a big shout out to our friend Anthony Vento. All Seasons Roofing and Solar. Yeah, he's one of these guys that has like dual citizenship when it comes to these schools. A friend of both Farrell and St. Peter's, which means he's a friend to you supporting local sports in the community. All Seasons Roofing and Solar. I tell you, sometimes the state wants to give you solar panels. They slap it on an old roof, and then you're really in trouble. Why not have a guy come in, change your roof, get you solar panels, get you set up the next 30 years? That's our man, Anthony. Give him a call, 718-200-1802. All Seasons Roofing and Solar.
Solar energy is all the rage. Make sure you go to an accredited company like Anthony's, because I went to somebody else, and I have a 40-year contract that I would love to get out of right now.
Yeah.
I went to the competition, and I made a mistake. I didn't know Anthony at the time. If I'd known Anthony, I would have certainly.
You already
Either
know.
way, Eagles got to find a way to move this ball downfield. A big return could go a long way in that department.
2-man back deep to receive for the Eagles. That ball is muffed at the 5-yard line. Anybody's ball. And, oh, doctor, the Eagles are lucky to retain possession. They'll have it at their own 15-yard line. It was Deuces Wild, Gabriel Muscolo, that was playing with dynamite that time. Almost lost his fingies.
All right, well, the Lions did a tremendous job defensively on the last series. Let's see what they can come up with here. Lions, will they go into a little more of a prevent late in the game, or they continue to just put the pressure up the middle with some 4-down pressure?
No, Doc, you call that a victory in terms of what their defense is called. You put 4 safeties back. You play everybody back. You keep the ball in front of you. You don't give up the long ball. Let them try to earn it. But you literally put your defensive backs, I'm going to say even further back where they are now.
Right now, I mean, it's solo coverage on Salou on the outside here. So
I guess one missed tackle.
You know, it's just he has no safety help. You know, if he gets by 29, the foul defensive back, the number 29, Teo. Oh goodness gracious, Teo to Saludos.
Well, 1 strike is all you need to get back in this ball game. An 11-point game, one-on-one going the right side. A jump ball, and it's caught by the Eagles near midfield. Diaconi with an unbelievable
Get on the ball.
play.
Get on the ball.
Well, just as predicted there.
Get on the ball. It stops for first down, but you got to be ready right now. You got to be ready to snap.
1:46 to go, and the clock starts running. The Eagles set. Same formation. Diaconi now on the other side, and a false start.
Weinberg's got to hold his water there. You can't have that. That will stop the clock, I believe, but it's going to bump him 5 yards back and slice out some much-needed momentum.
A huge penalty against the Eagles makes it a 1st and 15 from their own 41-yard line. Diaconi one-on-one up top. Williams down low. They give it to Williams on a short throw. He tries to shake off a defender and get out of bounds, but instead he's tackled inbounds. The clock continues to run. 1:20 remaining here in the 4th quarter.
He's got to know to get out of bounds right there.
I think he tried his best. Lions did a great job keeping containing that sideline.
14-3 is our score. Orito out of a bunch set under pressure gets rid of it. That ball nearly intercepted.
It had that hit. I believe that hit Alex Uston right in the head. You know, a little bounce there. So that's going to slow things down here. It's going to make it 3rd, and I don't see the numbers. Where's the march?
That's 6.
3rd and about 6. The entire playbook open here. Timeout's not really an option. 107 and counting, Dan.
Well, whatever you do, you better make sure you play towards the boundaries. And if you are going to throw it over the seams or up the middle, it better be for a home run ball. You trail by 11 points. 107 remaining here on your home turf in the fourth quarter. Arruda will be working out of a gun once again. Williams one-on-one down low. Diacati one-on-one up top. Arruda under pressure, moving up in the pocket. Little stutter step is going to keep it. He has the first down and more. Runs out of bounds at about the Lions' 36-yard line. First and 10 for the Eagles.
Great job by basketball player Gerard Sheehan over there. Had a chance to take a little late lick, and the way it went sometimes for the first half of Farrell. Farrell, great job of cleaning things up here in the second half as far as penalty yardage goes.
You know, boys, right now, you got to go end zone. You got to go one-on-one if it's possible. You got to throw it up. You got 58 seconds left. You can't waste time just running the ball or just trying to do a little scramble. You got to go outside, one-on-one coverage over here to the right. You have a huge mismatch of size. You throw it up to one.
Lions continue to bring pressure.
Well, you can see their defensive backs really giving a cushion here, knowing that that's the way the play's going. It's a little bingo tip drill, nearly an interception for the Lions. Instead, it's an incomplete ball. Second and 10 coming up. 50.7 seconds remaining here in the fourth quarter.
Honestly, if you're the Eagles, you'll probably take 3 more of those. You know, you'll take your chances with your best receiver, your big play threat, your guy that pulls the top of the coverage. You know, in those jump ball scenarios.
That was triple coverage, though, not the best
Probably
scenario.
not the best, but if anything else, you just want to get the ball in his hands.
It did hit his hands. It was a catchable ball.
You don't need any more 10-yard plays if you're the Eagles.
Well, it's trips left. Arruda under pressure, fires it one-on-one towards the end zone. Intercepted by the Lions. Austin comes up with the pick. He'll just lay it down at the 10. And that is an exclamation point on this victory with 36.8 to go. The Lions roar.
I think ultimately what you saw in this field today was the physical strength and the superior size of the Monsignor Farrell Lions eventually wore down the St. Peter's Eagles in what was an absolute slugfest in New Brighton this afternoon, Peach.
You know what? Hats off to both teams. This was a tremendously played, hard-fought game, but when we said it before the game started, the discipline aspect played the whole momentum of back and forth. And you can't take anything away from either team, but I think both coaches and players and staff are going to go back and watch film and going, I can't believe we did this. I can't believe we did that. Let's clean up this. Let's clean up that. Because now Farrell has a long way to go with their AAA division. Yes, another win. St. Peter's in their division still on the top for what it is, and they have to say, you know what, this is a game. It's a hiccup. We still have 3 more games left at what do we have, 2 more games left at home?
The Eagles, I believe, are home for 2 more, correct?
Right. So their ultimate goal is, yes, the loss is a loss, but now you have to go turn the page. Next week's a new week, and I think Farrell on the same page. Let's start thinking, what is our goal for playoff scenario?
Big win for the Lions. The Lions needed this win. The Lions get their second win in the season. Second win on the season. Taking out the Eagles team at home is no easy feat for anyone. Bob has left the booth, ladies and gentlemen. Bob, the best in the business. And Danny Chanod, that was a lot of fun. And you know what? We got here at 3 o'clock. It's 5:30, 2.5 hours of some fantastic high school football.
Ladies and gentlemen, it was a fantastic broadcast here from the North Shore of Staten Island. The Lions pull off a 14-3 victory over the Eagles as the teams have made their way out to midfield. If you want to know who's going to be our game MVP, well, I'll tell you. You can follow us along on social media and YouTube to find out who is going to be winning a $30 gift card to the Buy-A-Bar, over 30 locations here in the tri-state area. Anybody's guess right now, but here's one thing I'm telling you. Oh, baby, are we so thankful for each and every single one of you around the world, wherever you may be. 14-3 is our final score. You're supporting local on the internet machine. Today you were with Danny Chanod, Ray Palma, Peter Timmins, and our broadcast booth powered by our friends at
Main Street Coffee!
Peace out, everybody.